Sure, she will.
Flirt.
We just totally went live as we're talking about
And
this because we're all tired of waiting, right?
Friendship.
Hi, everybody.
What if we just held hands and kissed? JK. Unless.
What if we kissed in the battle royale arena?
I stream.
Oh my god.
Are we on?
I stream. We've been
live.
live. We've been live for a little while.
We've been live for like a few minutes.
How's everybody doing?
We were having a very normal conversation before this.
Yes. Torturing our
Yes.
DM.
We were.
Shut the front door. Oh my god.
Stop it.
We almost did Maddie's spit take. That was great.
Hi everybody. Welcome to the stream. Shenanigans. I need so much help. Where we were last time. Actually, no. Let's go ahead and do some introductions first. Since everybody's back, welcome to our new time slot on Sunday.
Sunday.
Kids seats are just $5.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
So we'll go around the circle, do some quick introductions, say hi to everybody, and since she was gone last week, we'll start with Maddie.
Hello, yes, I was gone, but I'm here now. I am the half-elf gunslinger, gun tank, Isadora.
You know, Nate did such a good job of your introduction last week. We all felt like you were really here.
Really?
I tried to get the cadence right.
No, what did you do?
It was perfect.
No, I tried to say it as much as like you as possible.
It was really good.
I want to see that.
It's on the VOD.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'm about
I can see it.
Next we'll go to Sarah.
Hi. My name is Sarah, and I play Maximiel, the Tiefling Sorceress Bard.
Josh.
Yo, I'm Josh. I play Jaeger, the gunslinger alchemist.
We'll go over to the other side and we'll talk to Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach. I play Doran, the Dragonborn Barbarian.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Nate. I play Soren, the half-elf blade singer rogue.
And our newest creepy bucket edition. Oh, it's so creepy. Mel.
Hi, I'm Mel. I play Blair, your resident flesh horror. The Spirit Host
Stop
Witch
it.
Warlock.
Yep. Stop it. That's about right.
Horrifying. I need an
Gross.
existence as a fuck hat for this stream because that's how I feel sometimes. So where we were last time, we had just finished open heart surgery. You know, total normal D&D thing that happens. It's open heart surgery.
And
At
we
least it
killed
wasn't
the
a
heart.
rowboat.
It's
What?
true.
Wait, what?
That's just a joke.
I heard something about a rowboat. And I've really
My players
should
tried to
have-
do open heart surgery in a rowboat in a storm. It was
Nice.
bad. With a chisel.
Did they survive?
The guy did because they had the paladin just slow drip feeding one health at a time with lay on hands for about a minute and a half, and it was horrifying until he was about to get shot in the face. Anyway,
So yeah,
just,
open heart
hey, this is
surgery in a
working, get
rowboat
off
in a
it.
storm is right up there with the most fucked up thing I've had players do in a X-Files type game. They were hunting something down on a base, like an Air Force base, and one of them was like, "We need a distraction. I'm going to fly this F-16, not knowing what I'm doing." And the dice god said, "Sure, you fly that F-16." That happened.
Startup procedure on that bad boy alone is tough.
I know. I've played this. Oh God, what's the sim?
DCS.
DCS. I played DCS. Yeah, the procedures are ridiculous. But for some reason, he's like, "Here's a book. It tells me what to do. Click, 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 click." And I just said, "Sure."
It's funny.
Ridiculous rolls. It's always fun. So where we were last time, we had just finished open heart surgery on Soren to pull out the terrible corrupted heart from gift of the Herald of Rot, who gave you a sign of portents to come and was like, "Hey, check this out. This is super fun for you." And it was going to kill you until we ripped it out of you, and then it started to consume the part of Volblasaya that was helping with this procedure. To which Volblasaya said, "No, I'm shutting the door," which is exactly what they said would happen. And the door got shut, and you guys got to deal with Mycothrex, the fungal abomination, which was...
Did we hear that name anywhere, or is that just like out of player? Or
No,
out of
just
character?
out of character knowledge, because I thought it was a
Okay.
cool fucking name, and I wanted to name it Mycothrex.
Got it.
So you dealt with Mycothrex, And yeah, we're about to have to deal with its passive fuck you effect of coming back to life and reforming, because, you know, just because you beat the crap out of fungus doesn't necessarily mean it's dead. And
You gotta
then
bleach it.
on that wonderful 4x4 grid, Doran starts stabbing and tearing and ripping, and miraculously on the third spot legitimately found the heart in the square that it was sitting in. And we annihilated it. I think it was very much the what did you say? Do you know how shooting clays works? And just said pull, launched it in the air, and Maximil
Fireball.
zapped the shit out of it and fireballed it. Yeah, after that, opened up the door to head back up. You guys went to tavern, talked and recovered a bit from all of those things. Soren did a little more studying. Soren, did you already put in your passive stuff?
I did not. I wasn't sure if I was putting that in or if you were.
Oh, if you just want to track it manually today, that's fine. And those,
Okay.
I really like your first two options as a starter for that. The first two
Cool.
that you put in. So we'll just go ahead with, we'll go roll with those so we can do more cool stuff later. Soren went back to studying, and some folks sat around and had a chat that afternoon, didn't they? I thought you guys were at a little RP in the bar talking about some stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pro power stuff.
And well, then everybody turned in for the evening, and you guys went back to Velicor's Haven. And that's where we ended the session, as you all rocked back through the door to Eterna. Longest day in game concluded.
We walked into someone's room.
You did. You did. The room had been rented since you guys were not there.
Yep.
And
And your
you guys-
girlfriend mailed you a hand.
Yes,
Yes,
he
that's
did.
right. Your
She's so
girlfriend mailed you a
romantic,
hand.
isn't she?
She mailed you a severed hand. That was the girl counterpart. I remember now.
Mm. Oh,
So
women.
you have a changeling hand.
Was that with any context or just a hand?
It was a changeling hand.
And it said
Worth roughly
the
2 gold.
That changes everything.
Mhm.
they did say something along the lines
how
about
did
like
she
the
get it? How did Blair get that?
Don't worry about it.
It was the
I
the
thought
bag, wasn't
tavern
Just like-
delivered it. No, it was the bag. It was the bag.
it? I was like, yeah, I thought you just yoinked it out of your weird little bag.
Yeah.
Is it real?
Question. Are any of us real? Ben?
What-
You never
was
asked
there-
Blair that, so
No, I didn't. I'm going to now.
but you walked into somebody's room, they freaked out because they were getting dressed in the morning as you all just like casually walked out of their closet. And we're like, hi, friend.
Narnia style.
Narnia style, very much.
Sorry, dude.
Got everybody out. Everybody rushed through. Soren closes the door behind, pulls the knob of Hearth and Home, and you all peace out into the tavern you were hanging out at in Velicor's Haven.
And he like passed out, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
We
He
covered
kinda-
him with a blanket.
He kind of had a moment. I mean, it was a lot.
Oh, that's right. We
6
covered him
people
with a
just
little blankie.
walked through the door, or the wall, actually.
He was fine until Blair went through the floor and then he passed out.
That was the bad part. Yep. So yeah,
Bad part.
where from here, folks? You are the longest day in D&D concluded after what, like 2 months of gameplay because of holidays and stuff like that. Took forever.
Something like
But we are here. You are expected today at to see Lord Velicor and Lady Seraphina, the leaders of Velicor's Haven, some point this afternoon.
Mhm.
But you have the morning back in Velicor's Haven, and stuff is underway fully prepping for this ascension ceremony tomorrow. Tomorrow kicks off this massive celebration of Onirian, the newly ascended former friend Botrin that is now the god of the dream and has ascended, and there's a massive party that's about to happen tomorrow. And a whole lot of things are going and in motion, but Velicor and Seraphina made room for you guys on their schedules today. So, what would you guys like to do this morning?
Should we head over there early? Just to make sure that, like, nothing bad happens? Like, what if they have, like, I don't know, paperwork or something that we need to do?
Oh, that's fair. I don't know if we would have to. I mean, we're expected, aren't we?
I mean, yeah, but sometimes, from experience, sometimes the leading types can have their ruling staffs in unorthodox places and just be like kind of rude about the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, just because we are expected does not mean that they won't dick us around and make us wait for like hours in some weird antechamber.
Yeah.
Oh,
That just makes no sense. I figured in that situation, you always just waltz in.
I mean,
That seems very
I
rude.
have.
I feel like we all would because we don't give a shit about the royalty, but
Blair, you can establish
All royalty?
collective
no,
telepathic.
not
connections,
all
right?
royalty, just that royalty.
Okay.
No, it's
telepathic
between
connection?
one person only.
Oh, damn it! All right. Well, thank you anyway. I was hoping we could have a, I don't know, secret channel amongst ourselves so that while we are there, we can be having two conversations at once. Which, now that I'm saying
mean,
out
I mean,
loud, does
it's all
seem
about the
interesting.
subtle
I
art
can also
of
do the occasional.
communicating with the eyes.
If I have that like messagey spell that I can do, but I can do that without speaking. So
That requires you to, expend yourself, does it not?
I mean, it's a little effort, but as long as
Yes.
if we're not planning on doing any heavy lifting today, like we did yesterday,
I expect every day to come with heavy lifting.
gosh,
Blair just starts
darn.
rapid fire in everyone's brains one at a time. And it's all one word at a time. So if we want to talk like this, I can, and I
Like-
can just relay the words back
Relay?
and forth.
Fourth.
It's just
Can
sitting there,
will
just
fourth?
It was hard to keep track of.
Can will fourth?
well,
Everybody
it
got
sounded
like
it
every
was
fourth
stuttering.
word.
Everyone,
Who
everyone
is
can
Will
have-
Forth?
No, I'm saying I can keep tabs open every couple seconds, switch between people, and you just say if you want me to relay something to someone else.
Are you always
Okay.
reading our minds all the time?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, well, listen, we're going to have to establish boundaries here.
Yeah.
What am I
What am I
I
thinking
don't
about
like
right now?
that.
Between 9 and midnight, that's Dorin's time, okay?
Is
I
it?
can't.
Is it? You just like relaxing then, buddy?
Listen, the brain
Yeah, so you're
just
relaxing?
shuts off. It's yes, I'm relaxing very intently.
Right.
I now know what hours
is-
to send peepers into your
It's
room.
Doran's private alone time.
This is good. We need to get this out of our system before we meet people that could have our heads taken off.
I mean, they can certainly try.
I'm sure
See-
they could pull it off.
I can detect your thoughts, but it is a spell, so
Okay. So,
Alright.
so do you read our minds all the time, or do you not?
no, I can talk into your minds at any time.
Okay, but you can't really hear, like, what I'm thinking right now.
Unless you want me to.
Okay. I don't.
You're thinking about pancakes.
I'm actually not, but that was
She's
pretty
thinking about her
close.
girlfriend.
Not necessarily, but pretty close.
See? Need to read minds.
So if it's not pancakes but close and not girlfriend but close, maybe it's eating
Just thinking
waffles with your girlfriend.
No, she's thinking about buns.
Brunch.
Oh, brunch. Yeah,
Thinking
rich
about
people
eating her
do like
girlfriend's
brunch.
cake.
Oh, brunch. Oh, I miss having brunch. Oh, brunch. It's like you get the benefits of waking up late, but this deliciousness of early morning food.
Did you know that you can have pancakes and breakfast whenever you like? It's all just a
I was
fabricated
just going to
construct,
say
not real.
time is a construct. You can eat whatever you want whenever you want. If you want a steak at 7 in the morning, you eat a steak at 7 in the morning.
The Clandare House is a frequent participant in breakfast for dinner.
Just hand candy over to Max.
Speaking
Where does
of,
that come from? Do you just produce that out of the ether?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why not?
It's gotta
Why
be.
not?
It's gotta taste different. Like, say there was another person like Blair that can make the candy. I bet the flavors are different. I bet
I
that's
can make
very
it different every
Blair
time.
Flavored. But it's all it's made by you, right? So I'm getting more deeper into the flavor profile here and trying to say that like that's like you could eat Blair's candy and be like that was made by Blair, and then eat someone else's and be like that was not made by Blair.
I can have your
So-
toast for dinner.
I was gonna say, Isadora, do you often think of the way I taste, or is that just a this conversation type of thing?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Just hand her some candy.
Thinking to myself, this is good. We're getting it out early. We're getting it out before we meet the people. It's fine.
We also
like-
need to drink this, and I'll pass around the Farrell.
No, the sippy cup.
Oh,
shit.
the sippy
And
cup.
talk about good
God.
stuff.
What? Wait, what's the sippy cup?
It's just
It's
a
the sippy
potion.
cup of knowledge.
The shared knowledge of language.
Oh,
Talk-
right, the
talk to
sippy
little
cup
Teach
of
us,
common
Carolyn.
knowledge. Yeah.
We all start talking like this.
No, we
And I definitely don't. We definitely do not.
How's it going?
Crystallized
Alright,
ginger.
so here's the plan. We're gonna go and we're gonna meet those guys.
Didn't mean to do that.
Welcome to
Ben
Etana.
hates us so
Here we
much
see
right
some
now.
adventurers, and I'm gonna wrangle them.
Etana.
Etana.
You know,
Oh man.
Taking notes.
He's adding
Oh,
more
we're-
zeros onto the boss fight.
We're getting it out of our system now before we piss off someone important. We're just walking around in the
Fadina.
common right now.
So like when we get to the Mr. Valacor and Mrs. Serafina, are we gonna like? Do they know who we are? Or are we gonna have to introduce ourselves?
Probably
Believe
safe bet
they know
introduce.
who we are. Didn't they like specifically request our presence?
Did
Yeah, but it's
they?
been such a long day. I don't remember why.
I think it had to
How was
do
that?
with. I think
It
it,
was
had to
the
do
tower
with
thing.
the tower thing, saving the town from the
Yeah.
shadow demons.
Yep.
How about we just go over there? What's
I mean,
the-
I'm up for that. I just want to
Hmm.
like get over there ASAP.
let's get it
Alright,
over
fine.
with.
If that's
Yeah.
all right with y'all.
Mm.
Worst case scenario, they make us wait and we come back.
No time like the present.
Are we all prepared to meet someone important who we need to not fuck around in front of?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull out my gun and dechamber. I'm good. We're loaded.
Just single loading cartridges.
You're not supposed to fuck around important people?
Okay, so that's a very important thing. So we're going to. Well, no, you've been around important people. You understand, right?
She's older than all of us. Like,
No, I know, but you've been servant to kings and high wizards and things of that sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
The decorum of court, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Don't be mean to them, please. Don't
Yeah.
say things that they could interpret to be mean or like a slight to them.
offensive.
Aim
I will
for
not talk
respectful.
then. I will just not talk then.
Talk
No.
as much as you like, I think, but
Talk in their
Mm.
brain, they'll have no idea who it is. Then they couldn't
I
blame
don't.
anybody.
I don't think that's true.
If they
That's
never
Having
bad
understand
said
idea.
all of that, if they say something off about us, then screw it. All decorum is out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think that's how that works.
If
I don't
they're
think that's how
mean,
that works either. Are we sure about
What?
that?
if they're
I'm pretty
mean,
sure you
I
have
think
to
only
let them
one
insult
person's
you.
head can roll. I think only one person's head can roll, and it's not them.
I mean, I could make my head pop off again, and if we want to spook them, that could be a fun time. But
That's a
Let's
fun
not-
party trick. We'll
That
say
is
that.
pretty fun. Yes.
it's a
We'll
very
save
cool
that.
body trick, party trick, but possibly not yet. We have to get closer friends with them, and then we can do it. Once
Okay.
we're
And
like,
just so we're all on the same page, we are still thinking about meeting with them, but saving that other option as a potentiality as well. Those other people, right?
breaking into their vault and stealing their shit.
I just kind of hand place over her mouth as quickly as possible if I can.
Breaking them.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Yes, but we need to be quiet about certain things that are illegal.
Technically speaking, one of us can just go intangible at any moment and slip through very thick walls of locks
also
and
true.
things like that.
I have thought about that.
Just keeping that in mind.
No, I just wanted to make sure, are we still all interested in that other alternative pathway of work?
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I was never briefed, but it sounds like a fun time.
Yeah.
Blair, you remember, right?
Huh?
You remember, right? You seem out.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Daisy.
Blair, if you would like to roll deception or performance against Soren's 19 insight check.
Technically a 20 because I can treat anything lower than an 8 as an 8.
Okay, so technically a dirty 20.
Yeah.
You can private roll it to me or publicly roll it, doesn't matter. But with
Oh, there you go.
a 25 performance, you can tell Soren what he sees or what he picks up on.
She's really focused on this candy she's trying to make for Isadora.
Okay. But
But
no,
no,
do
so
you remember
in-
the
in
idea
his
about
head-
like
in his head. So illegal stuff if the good stuff doesn't work out.
exactly? Yes, just if you can, please relay that to her as stealthily as possible because we are being very fucking loud in this tavern and they have ears everywhere.
Yeah, just quickly going through the mental channel, sending it off to everybody.
Why am I getting a call from Mel?
That was weird. It was ringing in my ears.
Blair, stop it.
Blair is calling.
Hello.
We've been calling about
don't
your
like that.
extended warranty.
Spirit Host Hotline. We've been calling about your flesh's extended warranty.
Gross.
Speaking of
Took full
Blair,
advantage of that warranty. Let me tell you what.
That's true, you have.
Blair, how
Yeah?
did you get the package Irene sent?
Don't worry
And
about it.
I do actually kind of worry about it. Like, did you
I don't
steal
even
it
know
from
how I
the
got it.
mailman?
No, it just showed up in my lap.
How?
I don't know, dude. I talked to spirits. I milled my flesh. I've stopped questioning how things show up in my pockets.
I really shouldn't lick it. Can someone take a look at this to make sure that it's real changeling?
I'll just
Just
sit and while
stick
we're
your
at
token
breakfast,
to it.
identify it.
Let's say Blair goes up to the severed hand and starts poking at the nerves and muscles she knows will make the hand twitch.
Oh, yeah,
Gross.
just.
Identifying it, does it actually register as a changeling hand?
Double checking something. 1 second.
In my
Lord, are you rolling
professional medical opinion, that is definitely a changeling hand.
I was just
I
scrolling
mean,
back up
I
to.
think so.
I thought I remembered how she got this, so I wanted to be positive.
No,
Oh.
it was Tavern dropped it on my lap.
Oh.
Did you
that's
guys
fine.
identify?
Yes, I'm identifying it.
Yeah, it's a severed hand of a changeling. And medicine
Okay.
skill check, totally changeling hand from everything you know about changeling so far.
Cool.
100% genuine changeling. Maybe we can use this as leverage?
As money, we can get money for it. 2 gold.
Oh, that's right. They're going to pay us
Oh.
for it. I forgot about that. That Captain Woman.
Yeah.
All right.
Captain had a name that I've been looking for like 5 minutes now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's in my notes. I can't remember.
Oh, her name, the captain lady's name?
Do your Sarah thing. Go.
Go, Sarah, go.
Rolodex.
Actually.
Human Rolodex.
Not that. Okay. Tusk.
Elara.
Captain
Nice.
Lara. Okay, cool. Speak, bros. Thank you.
Dang.
I c-
The note takers in this group are nuts.
You can't with the fingernails.
It's so hard. That's what she said.
We gotta get you. Oh no.
I bet you feel just so them though. Nails always do that. Like I
Yeah.
said,
We gotta get you those rubber
Man-hand.
fingertip things, but like
I
that
got
also have the
man-hand,
nail.
dude.
Yeah. Thimbles with nails.
Yeah.
Because I love the look. I just can't deal with it. They're coming off as soon as
Me
like,
too.
I can.
I love the look. I hate the feel.
So, where are we heading to now, friends?
Valacor's palace.
Palace
You
of
want to
Lord
arrive in
Valakor.
style, or are we just walking
You
over
see
there?
Isadora like next to Max, like, yeah, I love the nails, but the feel is just so hard. When I'm trying to work like with, caliber, I feel like I just snap them off.
Yeah, I always have to cut them short if I want to like play piano or something. But for most of the time with magic casting, I just need to wave them around, and it honestly adds to the effect.
Blair
So-
floats
That's
over
nice. Like that.
Max's shoulder. You should cut those before you see your girlfriend.
Yes, I should.
Continues floating by.
You mentioned something about arriving in style. What did you have in mind?
Yes. What did you
Yeah.
What did you mention?
I can make us a carriage if you guys want.
What, like out of thin fucking air?
No, I just need
Like
a
out of a
potato.
pumpkin?
You say
Yeah,
a potato?
Oh, I was close.
yeah. Just
I don't have a potato.
it takes some magic, but it's kind of fun.
Are there any potatoes nearby?
Hang on.
I just
hang
need
on,
a
I'm looking at
vegetable.
my inventory.
Oh, I've got veggies. Here, take something from my rations. I've got food. Some like dry freezed carrot.
All right. Just starts painting on the carrot little fucking windows and everything.
Just sitting, watching, taking notes in my book. Like, there's no fucking way this works, but if it does, this is going to be the coolest shit ever.
Carriage. Oh,
Just
we're
pick it
gonna
up,
look
flip it in my hands a couple times, and then I chuck it in the air and cast Mandy's enchanted carriage
Oh, gee.
God.
It's a
and make us a
carrot
fucking
carriage.
Is this
carriage.
when we're
A
outside.
carriage.
is
Yeah, we're
this
outside.
horrible flesh carriage that grows out of the carrot like you, or is
No,
this
I am
more-
not.
Is this more just like magical carrot carriage that comes to life?
It's a potato.
This time it'll be a nice normal carriage.
This
You-
time we're
It,
Cinderella.
it does have, let's see, 2 quasi-real horses, so
You watch
semi-ghosty horses at the
a
What
little,
front.
is
little
quasi?
horrifying
Oh,
at
okay.
first as this carrot starts to distend and morph and grow bulbously, and then 2 fairly realistic but mostly orange at the start horses crawl out of it. It looks like
It's terrifying to watch.
it's horrifying to watch. Oh my gosh, the name of the horse stuck in the swamp from the movie that
Oh, no.
horrified us all as
Yes.
children.
Never-ending
Yes.
story.
So
Not
it
Artax.
looks like reverse Artax because these things get their hooves out and then they're like, and their face comes out of the carrot, and then they manage to climb up fully, and then the orange kind of fades away and they look kind of ghastly. The rest of the carrot continues to morph and grow, and little wheels pop up, and the carrot pops out a couple doors, and eventually it colorizes itself to look like the surroundings, but it's very orange during the entire process. The horses are a tad bit terrifying, and I almost said terrifying.
I will say the orange
Terrifying.
mellows out
Terrifying.
into a nice redwood at some point.
Oh,
Because it keeps that warm
Blair.
coloration to it.
Yeah.
you are wacky and wonderful. I love this.
That was nightmarish, but also kind of fun, which feels appropriate, descriptive for you.
Yeah. The
Have an
horses are
emphasis
pretty
check,
fast.
Please.
Oh, no.
Blair.
Oh dear.
A perception?
Emphasis check.
Emphasis.
Emphasis.
Can we actually? Oh, wait, no.
Oh!
Nat 20 and a 2. So while everyone is horrified at first, they begin to get more enchanted, and they start to realize who you all are. And a small crowd gathers and watches. And as the carriage materializes into something normal looking, and you're all able to climb in, little crowd of like 15 or 12 people start cheering and clapping as you turn a carrot into a carriage.
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 In the carriage, is there like one of those car flip down things that you can like flip up and have a mirror inside of it?
It's got whatever you wanted it. It is a fucking decked out
Yes.
ass carriage.
Okay. So Max does that, and just while we're on the way, she just uses magic to like do her face
say,
up with makeup.
This carriage is fast as fuck.
Is it?
100 feet per round, 10 miles in an hour, 13 miles at a fast pace. So it can
Cool.
fucking schmoove us.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Fucking
Lasts until
schmooze,
midnight.
boy. Let's
Also-
also midnight.
Also, while you're inside, you can't be affected by anything outside. So explosions and shit like that don't fucking hurt you. They only hurt the carriage.
Wow.
Cool.
Pretty good.
Very
I think
cool.
4 within and 2 on top, so works out for all of us.
Yep, 2 people can sit up in the coach's seat, and then 4 people can sit inside, and 1 person can control the carriage up top. It only takes a land vehicle's check to do like difficult maneuvers or run away at a fast pace, but just to steer a carriage is not that difficult for you guys. So,
Cool.
somebody hop up to drive.
Do we need to drive it?
Yes, we have to drive it.
Shit, I don't know. It's a magic carriage. I thought it drives itself.
I mean, the horses will go where they are told to go, but they kind of need to be steered.
All right.
I don't know why I get this feeling, but I feel like Jaeger would be the best driver out of all of us.
Me too.
Yeah, I don't
I
think I am a car driver guy.
Yeah, I don't.
Jaeger's our DD.
Used to do this back at the farm. I guess it's all right. Doesn't bother me one bit.
If you guys are still in when it ends, you will be ejected out at high speeds. I cannot stop that.
Okay.
We said it lasts until midnight, so
Eh.
I think just don't be in it at midnight and we should be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I just figured we
Uh-huh.
would be like morphed and consumed back into the carrot.
Consumed by the carrots.
Yeah.
Oh, how the tables have tabled.
So who else is sitting up top with
tables.
who else is sitting up top with Jaeger?
I'll
Yes,
hang
I'll sit up top.
Or,
Oh,
never
go
mind.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go.
You have better eyes. Get up there. You have elf eyes. Fine.
Soren,
I mean,
what do
I will-
half elven eyes
I'll sit up there with him too.
I read people. I don't
2 people
read
can sit up there.
distance.
Fine, I'll hang out with
Yeah, I'll
the.
sit up
I
there.
have great
I'll
eyes.
sit up there.
Don't worry.
All right, Isidore sits up
I'll
top.
sit
The
up
other
with the
4
human.
jump in. That
Whee!
relationship is still working out right. Great, isn't it? Isadora sits up next to you, Jaeger. Maybe she wants to talk. I don't know. But the rest of you hop into the carriage, and as you climb inside, you note that next to each one of your seats, naturally, as expected, there's a little piece of pre-wrapped Blair candy waiting for you.
Is it
Are
like
they
the little minty
different, like
chocolates?
depending on the
Yeah.
person?
I don't know. Are they different depending on the person, or does it just is it?
Based on what she's seen people enjoy, she would have tailored it to their tastes.
Little minty chocolate. Just, look at that.
You guys all grab your candies, and Jaeger, the center spire is the Spire of Council. You know that much, and that's where they told you could find Valakor later that day.
Yep.
All right. You are on the.
Did you say yip yip? Good.
So you are heading from the tavern you stayed at was on the outside, I believe, of the left-hand tower. Near the Spire of the Dreamer. You have to head a little bit deeper into the city. The 3 spires are kind of arranged. Although they meet, there's a larger triangular space in front of the 3 of them where they do touch on the edge, but you have to kind of go back a little bit deeper into the city to get to the Spire of Council. So you get a bit better look at like the Ebon Hold, which is kind of the guards, barracks, and training area in the center of town. That's a walled, defensible area for people to fall back into in case something terrible attacks them. But most of it is, market stalls and folks moving between different buildings outside of the spires. There's a lot of 1 to 2 story smaller buildings that make up the area outside of the spires themselves. And the streets are well cut and wide to hold plenty of space and people, especially with goods moving through this major port town. And takes you probably about 15 minutes to traverse the city in this carriage, making your way to the Spire of Council. Jaeger and Isadora. Let me just get. Great, you're both horrible at that. Let me get insight checks from the both of you.
Damn, I should have been up top.
11.
10.
11 and 10. Yeah,
Nice.
you're just trying to make your way through the crowd. Soren, As you look out the windows a couple times, like you see a whole bunch of people just moving about their daily basis or business. But with your passive insight, you can tell that after about 10 minutes of moving through the streets, word's starting to spread that you guys are moving through town and people are starting to take note and see you.
This wasn't a stealth mission, right?
No, not really.
Okay, now
We're being watched.
well, the fun thing is they'll associate this carriage with us, so if we need to send it in a different direction.
True.
After moving through the city for a little while and people talking about things, I almost said Maddie, Isadora, you spot Trayvon, that one gentleman that was particularly attracted to you while you guys were getting the crowd dispersed. Eventually, he comes like jogging up alongside out of one of the alleys and is clearing out a crowd and just kind of gives you the wink as you go by and starting to get people to not worry about your presence as much. So it looks like the people that you had hired on before to help you keep a low profile have heard you're moving as well and are trying to help dissuade people from bum rushing you. But the majority of what's slowing you down is just the sheer amount of volume of decorations and prep that's happening. You can see stalls are being cleared away and stages constructed. There's performers already warming up in different areas inside of the city. They did not lie when they said the entire city would be shut down for a couple days while this celebration of the new ascension of Onirian was happening. They were not pulling any punches when they said everybody will be celebrating.
Do I ever see Tincture? Do we ever pass Tincture?
No, you guys are going a bit the opposite direction of Tincture, unfortunately.
Aww.
Because we're going up, Tincture's down, right?
Tincture's like back near the wharf and the harbor a little more. You guys are heading deeper
Okay.
into the city.
Ben wanted to ask, could I have Peepers be doing aerials to keep an eye out for any shady people that are following us that are...
Sure. Are you keeping an eye through Peepers' eyes, or are you just kind of having Peepers check around and check back in
I'm
with you?
satelliting.
Trying to remember if Peepers is better. Peepers, I think, has better eyes than I do.
Sure. How's that check-in going? Are you just like occasionally telepathically checking in?
I mean, he would stay within the mile radius to telepathically check in, so I just tell him, like, hey,
Fuck you.
if you notice...
What?
As soon
Do you
as
want to go
open
on
the
vacation later?
As soon as you open the telepathic link, this has been pretty standard for Blair for the last couple days that I'm a little bit unaware of. But for the first time, Blair winces a little bit as Peepers, as soon as you open the telepathic communication, goes, "Fuck you."
Peepers, do you want to go on vacation?
What?
Listen, I just need you to make sure nobody shady is following us. Once we get there, I'll let you go home for a little bit. Sound good?
You want me to fly around?
Yes, you have wings.
He like flies over for a second. Target acquired. You get the very right. The suspicion rises very quickly that he is figuring out a way to manifest as a familiar how to shit on the carriage as he's flying above you.
Take a shit on you.
Peepers, if you shit on the carriage, you're not going on vacation. You gotta behave.
Fuck. Fine.
If you're going
See him
to, at
fly
least
out.
aim for Jaeger's shoulder.
You peek out, look up at Peepers, and Peepers is, as a brass dragon wormling, is still flapping, but it's very angry. Fuck you, I'm gonna do it. Fuck. And Peeper goes.
Oh no, he would not be in his brass dragon form. He'd be in his.
Oh, you
little,
put him back in.
Peepers form.
Fuck, okay, he takes aim.
Oh no.
Oh God.
It misses
He takes
Jaeger,
aim.
but like you hear a wet behind you on the on the fucking.
21 passive perception. Was that on purpose?
You look up and it's absolutely Peepers.
Do it. Do it. Do
Do
it.
it.
Isidor's like,
Do it.
I'm shooting his ass.
Don't.
He took out his bullets.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah.
unload
He
it.
did take
You
out
pull
your
it up and you go
bullets.
click.
No, no,
Unload.
he
I checked
loaded.
if it was
He
loaded.
was
Oh, you
loading.
made sure.
Loaded.
Oh, I thought that you
Gotcha.
With malicious
unloaded it.
intent.
I mean, go ahead, shoot peepers.
It's like Isadora doesn't make any sound. She just very straight ahead changes.
That is
24.
Doesn't make any change,
Yeah.
but just grabs his hand and slowly tries to just put it back in his lap.
So you put your hand
He's-
on it as the gun goes
He's
off.
fine.
Ah,
Oh,
Um,
13
that
points
affect his
of piercing damage.
Yeah, he's fine.
Max pokes her head through the window and goes, "Are we being attacked?"
Yeah, by a piece of shit. Literally.
Oh, gross.
is
But
the
like
link
we're
still
not in
open?
any actual danger.
Is the telepathic
Yeah.
link still open?
The link's still open.
I have like a fan of 3 daggers just in my hands, ready to throw at anything that's about to attack us.
Please.
Because I heard gunshot. I'm like, okay.
Jaeger, please just tell me if I need to fireball something.
Well, you could.
Are we being
Jaeger,
attacked?
we just
No.
no. We're not being attacked. He
We're
shot
not being
peepers for
attacked.
Trying to poop on him.
Oh, that's
Where-
fine. I hop back in the cart.
Mental
I'm
comms
gonna-
to Jaeger. Don't shoot him. He's trying to keep an eye out on if there's suspicious people.
I'll shoot a message at him. You do that again, I will gut you.
he's such an asshole. I love him.
Isadora's just trying to like mentally strain herself to telepathically let Blair know she's trying to say something.
Just sit like full on turned around on
Just
the cart.
turned around.
Backwards, just popping a blood vessel.
Occasionally popping through Peeper's eyes, seeing Isadora look back inward, looking like she's constipated. Mental pop to her. What's up? Do you got shit?
No, okay. I just want peepers to know that I tried my best.
Okay.
Well, but because she tried to stop him from shooting peepers.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, mental comms to Peepers. Isadora says she tried her
Fuck that
best.
bitch. She didn't fucking do anything hard enough. I still got shot. Fuck.
Oh man.
I love Peepers.
So Peepers does scout ahead for you all, looking to see if there's any shady characters following you. Ooh, Peepers rolled very well. There are some characters of interest that Peepers notices. A distance away, is not actually. It very much turns into the poking of the glass of the fish from fucking Finding Nemo. The little girl. It's like, hey,
Fishy, why
fish,
are
hey,
you
hey,
sleeping?
I'm talking to you. Fuck. There's shady people.
Yeah.
The fucking weird people. They're
Okay,
ways
what do
back
they look
there.
like?
I don't know. They're fucking weird, and they're all like, "Ooh, look at me spooking and sneaking. They're just, yeah, I'm gonna get them, and they're watching you guys. But they're staying in alleys, and fuck, I'm gonna go fucking. Oh god, this fucking wing hurts so bad. I'm gonna fucking shit on Jaeger. I swear to God.
You want me to fix it?
Yes, it hurts.
Okay, I'll beckon familiar so he's in my lap real quick and just to hold him up. Are you
Pops up and
better?
he's just.
Oh,
pissed.
You know you can
Hi,
use your words, right?
cutie.
You can speak.
He does, and all he just says is,
can
He knows one
Max
word.
try to pet him on the back of the head, like birds sometimes like?
sure. He bites your finger.
Ow! Do you not? Sorry, I probably should have asked. Do you like head scratches?
He's mentally back in your. Can I just go, please? I'm better. Thank you. I need to watch the dudes.
Yes, have fun.
Poof, out of there.
Oh.
The very end, like right before he poofs out, you see the talons come together. Like he's gonna wave. He's just like,
Yeah.
Just kind of lean back in the chair. Why is your familiar such a dick?
I mean, yeah, it's just his personality coming through. He didn't want to come here. I kind of just dragged him with me.
Huh.
Is that how familiars work?
Sort of. But
Yeah, we're all souls that just get dragged out here against our will, but you know, it's a fun time.
under
Does
the impression that they
Astrid
sign
not
up for
want
it.
to be here?
I
don't
don't
know.
remember signing up for it.
Just pop her out and have her in my lap. You want to be familiar? Did you sign up for this? Nod for yes, shake your head for no.
She nods and then goes into the owl cat nuzzling.
Well, that's a good girl.
No.
No.
All right, so normally they sign up for it, but you
I mean, it all
dragged yours with
depends.
them.
I listen, me and Peepers were hanging out, and I thought it would be funny, like a really good prank, if I just yoinked it with me. So now he's here. He's been putting up with my shit for about 3,000 years, so he can endure a little bit more.
That's a very long time.
That is a very long time.
But it feels longer when you're in the material plane, though. Time passes different here, huh?
I'm not sure. I don't really get to experience time in the material plane. Normally, I've been here for
Exactly, right?
a brief period
3
of
days.
time. I am then violently exploded via some terrible command I've been given by the person summoning me, and then I go back home for a vacation, and then I come back.
Funny to think of non-existence as a vacation, but I do kind of
It's not
understand.
non-existence.
Isn't it?
Its existence
No.
elsewhere.
We exist in the ethereal plane.
Oh, I suppose.
And there
Y'all
is
just
a
hang
warm,
out.
fuzzy blanket.
Eee.
Magic.
Great time.
So Peepers goes back to scouting these super sus individuals. Sees them
Very
going
suspect.
in and out of alleyways, ducking in like behind people that are moving carts, just trying to keep an eye on where you're going. But they more so seem to be sizing you all up. And Peepers is like, you might need to look at this because I'm fucking tired of looking. I've done my job.
All right. Her eyes roll back in her head. She looks through Peeper's eyes.
Give me
Just goes
a
limp.
perception check. Yeah, thankfully, she's
When
inside
I
the
see her-
carriage.
When I see her eyes go back, can I also kind of try and do a read on the crowd?
Sure. Give me an insight check for the crowd. then.
Do I use Peeper's stat sheet or mine?
Jeez.
For you seeing through Peeper's eyes, use Peeper's perception.
Okay.
How's that 32 look on
32.
insight?
How many nat
Shit,
20s is
yeah.
that tonight?
One.
A lot.
No, because you've
No, we
had
had-
that's like I think 4 in total.
1, 2,
'cause-
3.
What? No, I had.
No, I'm saying in total
spread
for
out
the
among
group
all
tonight.
of us. Because I had the
Oh,
natural
Thorn had
20 on the
one,
medicine
Blair had
roll. Yeah.
one.
Oh,
Right,
and then
right.
and
Oh, the
since
thoughtfulness,
Peeper's
right.
stat sheet has keen stuff for perception,
I,
do I roll with advantage or no?
Uh-huh. Yep, with advantage.
Only roll once. Hold a second. Oop. 15.
So the 15 gets you super shady and sus. Like high collars, keeping hoods kind of cracked up, a little bit, big hats, and like trying to hide in the crowd and not look like normal. Like they look inconspicuous, but they're trying to hide their faces and stuff. But the thing that really makes you uncomfortable is the two of them ducking into like a staircase down to a cellar on some alley that Peepers is perched up on watching, and black gloves are really concerning.
All right, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts through Peepers.
You hit and cast Detect Thoughts.
There. Oop.
Are you trying to cast
I'm
it to get the deeper information or the deeper?
Surface thoughts first, and then if I feel like I need to, I'll press deeper.
Surface thoughts is you actually cast for surface thoughts?
Yeah, surface thoughts are free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is a cap. So correct?
Yeah, saving throw if I press further, surface thoughts are free though. I believe they don't know if I'm checking surface thoughts at least.
Mm-mm.
Also fun one where it's like if you can't see things, you can use it to detect shit that's there. As long as it's thinking of stuff. Just I can hear you.
I smell a thinker.
I can smell you.
Just I hear you just singing your little sneak song in your head.
Gonna make some soup. Gonna make some soup. Soup.
It's just you know the white noise playlist that they got going on.
Yeah, just
Yeah, very soft white noise. That's all that's coming from Isadora's brain right now.
occasional sound of wind rustling grass, maybe a little bit of rain.
I was gonna say she's not hearing through you guys, she's hearing through peepers, so
Verbal and somatic components.
Does the familiar do the verbal all the components, or does that?
I
caster
checked it. I checked it. It's through me, but I can extend the range through peepers.
do him? Got it. That's
So
cool.
Through you.
Yeah, I'm sitting here casting it so the people hear me, but it's just the range is projected peepers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You got a little peeper satellite.
That's what I needed to check on. That's what I was trying to figure out is whether or not they will counterspell it because they are within range of peepers or not, and they don't. Because
Yeah, they have
It's
no
on
clue.
you.
These magic's going through him.
it's on you going through them. So you
Little
check
conduit.
thoughts through the conduit. Yeah, surface thoughts are really about you all and following the group of you and keeping tabs on you guys.
And you said there's how many of them?
2.
2? Both have black gloves or just the one?
Both.
I guess I'll press into one of them then.
Okay. There are 2, like the really difficult to kind of see their facial features, and like there is a shorter one. It's about 3.5 to 4 foot tall. There's a taller one at about 5 foot.
I'm gonna ask this, Ben, with all of Blair's extensive knowledge of like being in this world and seeing how people function through being a familiar of a fuck ton of different things. Would Blair know that changelings can only adjust their height up to about a foot from what they originally are?
You've seen a lot, but not a lot of it stays in your old form, just because like you see things and it's like, well, material plane shit, don't care, and you would leave.
Okay.
So probably not extensive knowledge like that.
Okay. I guess I'll flip a coin then. Heads big dude, tails little dude. How do I flip a coin? Just roll a
You just
D2?
Roll
Yeah,
1
D2. 1,
And
2.
then you say heads is 1. Make it easy for you.
Heads is 1, tails is 2.
Tails.
So yeah, 2. That was the short one.
I
Tails?
think so, yeah.
Mhm.
I already
Okay.
can't remember, so we'll go with the short one.
Okay. He absolutely fails his wisdom saving throw.
Fun of a high wisdom DC. Give me your thoughts.
You pry into the thoughts of probably about a 10-year-old kid. That's it's pretty much considering you guys the best marks in town, and with as busy as you are, they're trying to keep an eye on where you came from, because they're pretty convinced that you guys came in with some cool shit. So they're watching you and signaling back to their friends, who are trying to go back through the hotel and, you know, probably having terrible luck at the tavern trying to ransack what they thought was your room, but have found some unconscious person covered in a blanket. These shady kids wearing their black leather gloves They're nothing but shady kids.
I will relay all that information to the group.
Okay.
Well,
No, we
kudos
had a
for
silver
trying.
for every time a child gang targeted us for stealing. We'd have 2 silver pieces, which
He's,
isn't a lot, but it's weird that
he-
it happened twice, right?
This kid is really panicking because this is his big brother that's with him, and his big brother's like, he's freaking out and he's trying to do well because he wants to be able to make it into this gang when he's older. This isn't like Soren's kids back in Busat.
This is a gang.
This is
Maybe if we're lucky, we can convert these too.
This kid's trying to get in with this group, and they're all much older. So he's just helping his brother out and learning the ropes.
Alrighty.
Is the
I was gonna ask, can Peepers find a little spot to tuck himself into where they can't see him?
They went down into a cellar, so I mean he can be tucked in the alleyway watching where they come out.
Okay. I'm gonna use a message through Peepers to them.
Sure. What are you gonna say to him?
This
See,
is
how many words do I
God.
get with message?
20?
I'm
That's an
judging
action,
you
I think, so
for
it's
your
just-
sins.
Yeah, there's no word.
20 is a good
Turn
round.
away from
An
this
action.
life of crime.
Here, this is just a message to the kids.
Or suffer the consequences.
Yeah, about 6 seconds worth of conversation, so you can probably cram 20 words in there easily. As long as you're not going to read a novel, I'm good with whatever you want to say.
No. It starts as a creepy giggle, and you all hear this because she's in the fucking carriage with you all.
you say it out loud, yeah.
I applaud the effort, but I think you'll find we're better to work for than against. Come find us if you want to talk.
Who are you talking to?
The children.
Oh, all right.
So that was a coin flip because one, he's never had that cast to him, and suddenly something's cackling in his mind and talking to him, and through Peepers you can hear him scream in the basement, and it's like, "Ah!" As the other one puts his hand over his mouth.
Anything of note from the insight check on the crowd?
Most of the crowd is really just focused on setting up for this event. A lot of them are really excited and focused on that, and then a few of them are taking extensive note of you guys being here, and it's kind of getting people really excited. Some people start following you all to see where you're heading to. It seems that they're just more excited for the fact that you guys are still here. So the Ascension party is supposed to be taken off without a hitch. They're really pumped for it.
Okay.
I'm
Gosh,
gonna
I hope it goes well.
do one more thing because I like scaring children. I'm gonna do a quick combo. Minor illusion, Blair floating through the door. With with another message.
Jesus.
Follow it up after.
This poor kid. He doesn't know what's...
Fuck that kid.
Because I can hear through Peepers, so I can keep responding with message. And I also get his response through message.
Yep.
Fear not. Be not afraid.
Yes. So just, normal ghosts Blair, not spooky flesh Blair floats through the window. So what you doing in here?
Fuck that kid.
Okay, he does not pass out. That was amazing. I was fully expecting this kid to pass out. Rolled him a save, and he kind of goes into the arms of his older brother, who's now, he sees you, freaks out, and doesn't really have anything. Looks around and then sees like a plank of wood on the ground and picks it up, and he starts swinging at the illusion. He's like, back! We have nothing for you, ghost! And just starts attacking Ghost Player.
Listen, kid, wood is not an effective use against ghost.
He drops it, grabs the brother, and they both run out the other side, like the other entrance to this basement.
Blair is full on cackling like a fucking maniac in the carriage right now.
Are you tormenting children right now?
No.
You don't need an insight check. She's full of shit.
Yeah.
That's a yes.
Listen,
thought
I'm
you
trying to
wanted-
scare him away from a life of crime.
That's not going to work. I promise you that much. Didn't scare me away.
I extended the invitation. I told them, hey, you want to work? We can. We're better to work with than against.
And
That's
then
not
you
wrong.
proceeded to scare the shit out of them?
I just popped in and said hello, and that planks of wood are not effective to use against ghosts.
Did you look like you did yesterday?
No, I looked like how I look now.
Oh, that's much better.
Okay.
I don't know why my brain did this, but it kind of just blocked out all of that from yesterday. I have no recollection.
It is probably for the best. Trust me.
Yeah.
It was kind of cute.
No.
Thank you. I worked so hard to make it disarming in a way.
Yeah.
The smile really sells it.
Disarming. I'll
That
give you
many
much.
smiles. I mean, the more smiles, the better.
I know. More smiles equals more friendly.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The more you describe this, the more I'm glad I just don't.
No, there's a clip on Twitch. You should,
Remember.
just, you should
Yeah,
go see
weird.
that.
I don't remember any of it.
I don't remember any of it. It's.
I was gonna
I
say,
think
you
I
should-
hit my head really hard.
I'll get the clip for you so you can enjoy that later if you want.
Played Isidore very well. Shouldn't get any hits.
To be fair, the thing couldn't even move towards us.
Yeah.
That's true.
She was so safe.
True. I did kind of have it blocked in the
Pinned.
corner.
She slipped backwards on accident and landed the back of her head on good old Caliber. Good old. Doesn't remember any of it.
So you all continue on to the council spire,
Mhm.
making your way past all these folk, eventually coming to, not really a gate or a barrier by any means. There's a best described as like a low hedge wall outside of the actual entrance to the Spire of Council. It serves as a checkpoint. If you really wanted to charge through, you could, but it seems more of a courtesy to stop and like check in with these guardsmen as you pull up. But there's enough room for the for this carriage to move up through there, and it seems like they're used to receiving. It creates some sort of drive, the little parkway through the entrance. So if you're riding in something, you can come up, unload, and head up into the spire. And there appears to be a stable, at least some roping area off to the side, so people can unload and park their stuff right in here and stay out of the way of the busy streets. So you head on up to the entryway, and as you're coming up, one of the guards has a hand out to like hold onto the reins of the horse, and there's a just instead kind of like reaches for the rein a little bit because that looks more solid than the ghostly looking horse. Holds onto that. Business. You look like members of Midnight Parliament expected today, I'm assuming.
That is us.
Yee.
That is correct.
Are we too early or?
No, the other one, because fuck you guys, leans over and is like, "Oh no, y'all right on time, mate. What you're gonna do is you just pull in right through here, and then head over. One of you just needs to rope it up over there at the stables, and the rest of you head on inside. And you
Okay,
can
right, mate.
you
All
can
right.
just there's
Right.
there's a bit of a receiving area downstairs, and y'all have a good time. They'll send down for you and bring you an escort up to the court proper when it's time to actually visit them.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
Is there like a place where we can like write down reviews of people so we can like give you a 5-star for helping us out?
No, just give me a nice handshake on the way, and you all have a blessed day. Wonderful. Good to see y'all. Have a nice one.
Have some candy.
You have yourself a good one. Hi.
Bye. You have a good one. Fuck you guys. You're stupid down under accent. Crap.
You made it a bowl, man. You made it a bowl, not me.
What you get for making it a bowl? It doesn't make any sense.
It's the land down under.
They're down under.
They are down under.
Maybe you're down
And
under
they
to them.
associate with spiders.
We're not.
Associate with
Spiders.
I don't know. Yeah, so you get the carriage sorted, and you head into
Sorted.
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 Started.
Oh, it turned into Reagan. Ugh.
Well.
All right. carriage is sorted out, and you all head into the larger interior open air kind of court of the Spire of Council. It visually, just for a good idea of the visualization here, very much ancient Greek pillars, but dwarven pillars from when they're running under Moria. So big pillars holding up this spire, but they've carved this out to be like more of an open meeting area. You can see along the sides, this place does have one single elevator functioning, kind of like, magical lift that's in the center, but there are 4 of these spiral staircases that lead up into the spire along the sides. But all throughout here is various tables and meeting areas. There's small gardens in this place. That this is really where folks can kind of mingle and talk and not be in the middle of court. This is really a very large reception area down here. There are some vendors throughout that are making small snacks and bites. There's people that probably working in here, going about their daily business, that are popping. It's really gives vibes of like walking area, food court, but also yuppie meeting area in a downtown urban environment. So it's that outdoor space where there's a lot of people congregating, and there's a lot of people congregating and working. There's people that are sitting around big plans. They've got some of the maps laid out. They're talking. You could overhear them discussing the celebration that's coming up. There are people doing really minor, like the minutia of all of this. Like there's a couple set of interns, must be, with like piles of paperwork, signing off on like little permits and stuff like that, and getting everybody authorized and recording all the transactions that are going on through here. And then there's a couple, more important people that are actually doing some of the major planning near them, that are just giving them more and more and more paperwork to do. But it's a hub of activity right now as people are moving around and working. And you spot the captain of that guard. You said it just a bit ago and I didn't
Laura.
Laura, thank you. Writing it down.
Good day, Alara.
G'day.
G'day.
No,
G'day, Lara.
not g'day, Lara. She's over briefing. Looks like a larger group of guardsmen, but appear to be in some sort of leadership capacity. They're talking about controlling crowds and how they're going to work through the flow of the city for the next few days. And there's supposed to be a large show that's like a moving show that's going to move through these street sections. She's discussing how they're going to secure the city during this time. They don't expect anything crazy to happen, but really it's large groups of people really happy and celebrating. Too much drinking tends to lead to problems.
Max would like to go up to her and tap her on the shoulder.
During the middle of a briefing that she's giving to a whole bunch of people. There's like 30 people she's talking to.
Okay, then she'll wait until after.
Okay.
I could just picture little tiny Max just, hello? I know you're busy.
What would the rest of you like to do while you're waiting?
This is really important.
She does clock you and see you and kind of like just give you a nod as she's talking.
And just give her the wave. I think just like, is there like somewhere to sit where we could like kind of just wait for her?
Yeah, there's a couple seating areas.
Okay. Just kind of like gesture with fingers like we'll be over there.
Sure. You guys find a nice little reflecting pool that has some potted shrubs around it. And excuse me. Pardon me.
Stop dying.
I'm trying not to. Or it's like, an office entryway koi pond, basically, that's got some nice spots to sit around it as you all wait for her. During that time, you see her like wave at someone and point to you guys, and some little guard intern, essentially her runner, comes jogging up to you guys, talks about just like some of the amenities that are available here, offers to get you guys drinks or food if you've eaten yet, if there's anything that you need, and then if you do ask for food or anything
please.
like that, they run off and come back, with the intern carrying multiple coffee carriers in the bag, and it's like trying to balance it all, run it over to you guys to get you all snacks and food and stuff like that. But you guys are waiting for about 30 to 45 minutes here, just kind of hanging out. She does seem very busy. It's not that she's brushing you off. It's just that everybody is super, super busy. So if you guys have anything you want to discuss beforehand, you guys definitely can do that.
Radio check 1 and 2 for everyone's brains.
Fuck is a radio?
Don't
Why
worry
did I
about
just
it, it's
hear
really
one?
Two.
Heck what?
Full
This is
sentence
called
time.
bad over.
Starts flicking.
Full sentence time going through everyone's heads.
wait.
All right, so
Hold on. I've got ghost spackle still. I'm going to put the megaphone thing on it.
Oh yeah.
Radio check 1, 2.
just through everyone's brains. So, yeah, I'll try and check in like every minute or so with each one of you. If you need me to relay anything to anybody else. If you super badly need me to relay anything to anybody else, do you want to establish a safe word or a signal or something?
Ooh. Signal would probably be
Beefsteak.
smart.
We just all talk at once back at you.
We're going to have a signal. It needs to be something covert, something subtle.
Cough twice.
Beef stick.
No, I cough enough as it is.
What about
Beef stick.
We're not
Beef stick
saying
is
beef
not
stick.
subtle.
I do like it though. Props
Because you're eating a
props
fucking
for
beef
tasty.
stick.
If you can work beef stick into a sentence, then absolutely.
Isadora just sitting there, just.
Breakfast.
Beef stick.
Well,
That's a good
lunch.
one.
Well, we have our signal for changeling, which is this.
Is the
Mhm.
nose scratch? Yes.
What about we all have ears, right? Yeah, we do. What if we tugged on our ear?
By the end of this campaign, you guys are going to be like,
I think he's saying he wants us to steal home.
I think it needs to be something verbal so that we can all catch it if it's not obvious.
Mhm.
But that may be too obvious.
I know that's why it's the word choicing. I
Just
think, that
just
makes it-
sniffle and I'll pop into your head.
Sniffle.
Yeah, just like
You know my
Yeah.
safe
Stick right
word.
now.
You know what mine is.
yeah, if you
Beef
Yes.
stick. What
if you sniffle, I'll just pop into your head, and if it's nothing, you just tell me it's nothing, and I pop back out.
What's
That's fair.
a weird way to say excuse me? Like a
Gesundheit. It's draconic, isn't it?
Not that I've ever heard. No.
Is that not draconic? I don't know. It's from somewhere. I know I've heard
Pretty sure
someone
that's
say it down
celestial.
by the docks. Is it?
Probably somewhere near Woodland, but way out to the west of Woodland.
I know celestial. Does that make sense to me?
Gesundheit is
Wait, no,
Cashion.
I don't know celestial. Never mind. I know infernal.
I know
Gesundheit's
celestial.
Cashian. All right.
Okay. Yeah, that's but we could say, if we but don't you say Gesundheit to someone else who sniffles? Like
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that you say after you sniffle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
We don't have to make it complicated. Just sniffle and I'll pop in your
Ooh.
head.
I know. The air is
Beef
stuffy
stick, I
in
know.
here.
Oh.
The air is stuffy in here.
So
Yeah, but the more complicated you make it, the less I'm going to remember it.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
to make it something simple, something everyone can
I do
understand.
kind of like untight.
Gesundheit.
Gaz-
I like
Mhm.
beef stick.
We know, Isadora.
I thought it was a really good one.
All right, since I'm the one popping in your head, executive decision, sniffle and I will pop in your head and say hello.
But what if we have the sniffles?
And
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
all-
going to be popping in your head a lot saying hello. And
We
then if
only
it's
need a
nothing, then you just say
verbal-
it's nothing.
But the thing is, I feel like if any one of us, we all, the reason that we're making it verbal is so that we all know that something's going on. So are we just all gonna be on our toes every time someone's got the sniffles? We don't really know what the allergens are like here in Eterna. What if we go somewhere?
You're
that
new
has
to this
really
area. You're going to be
pollen?
allergic to everything.
Exactly. Do we all want to be on guard every time we have to sneeze?
No, it's not for like a universal group thing. I was saying
Come
like this is just
on.
for the sniffling is just for me to pop in your head if you need like urgent relay something. Not the group signal.
Group signal should be a verbal word. I agree with Soren on that. Something we can all
Banana bread.
understand.
Gesundheit.
Cucumber.
Keepers.
Oh, I do kind of like
Keepers.
cucumber.
I think
It
they
could
had
be
like
peepers,
cucumbers
but-
in these little sandwiches. It was very good.
Just
But
have
if we-
peepers in
if
my
we go
hands.
with
Do you want to be
food,
the
then
safe word,
beef
buddy?
stick.
Fuck no.
And then there it is. It's
It looks
the
like he
word.
said yes. Did he say yes?
It looks
He
like
said
he
yes,
said
right?
yes.
I think he said yes.
It's been 2 or 3 days of this. I think the sobbing is starting now.
All right, I'll let you have a 10-minute vacation. Pop.
He's just like, sweet release. Pop.
It just.
Imagine the arms go back. Just. It looks like that scene in Harry Potter when Sirius like falls into the fucking
No.
door.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So much drama just brought up right there.
So after an extensive discussion of what code word, Captain Alara finally starts to make her way over to discuss with you guys what the plan is and how things have been going, and if you're all ready to go meet Lord Velikor, which about
I
halfway
take out
through
the hand.
we will hit up on our break when we come back. As she pauses briefly as you're holding up a change the hand, like we're
You're
gonna
shaking
take
it like a pom pom, like yay!
we're gonna take a
Quick
quick
time.
break for everybody since we're about halfway through, and we'll be right back. Thanks, everyone. Which beans?
Cat
Cat beans.
The kitty
beans.
toe beans.
I just wanted to make sure we were capturing us discussing toe beans coming back live. So
The toes.
What are we supposed to do? Not address them?
no, you were. I was just very quickly
The
trying to
toe beans in
unmute
the
and get
room?
us back to the stream so we could
Oh.
discuss beans on stream.
So that the stream could enjoy the beans.
Beans. Toe
beans.
beans.
It's Twitch. You gotta be careful about the beans you're showing off.
Yeah, really.
It's true. So we were on break a little bit long because the beans happened and everybody had to see them.
The beans.
There was an inspection of beans and multiple cats
Mandatory bean
paraded
inspection.
multiple cats paraded in front of cameras. But we're back. And then, see, Sam, I knew Sam would appreciate the toe beans.
Where the beans?
The beans.
So, Captain Olara makes her way over to you and sees the hand and brought one back already. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Here you go. Would you like it?
Yeah. She kicks a trash bag can over to you. Right there's fine. And then tosses you 2 gold pieces.
Yay! Money! We're actually getting paid for something, y'all.
I know it's a rarity. It almost doesn't even feel real.
Wait,
Contract complete.
We can retire.
paid?
what do you
Finally.
mean? You all finally getting paid for something?
We have
We
a very
keep-
long history of not getting paid for the immense work that we do.
It's mostly volunteer work, to be honest.
I'm flat broke.
Yeah,
It,
I have no concept of money.
just new.
Okay.
it's new.
Interesting. So you're just sorry, I was in the middle of a briefing, needed to finish that up. You're
That's quite right.
very just slightly early, not bad at all. I'm sure we can head upstairs soon. Is there any
We don't
questions?
mind waiting as well if there are things that need to be taken care of first.
No, I mean,
we
court-
just are here early.
Court is court. Velikor and Seraphina are in court, holding court, and people are bringing them their issues, and I plan to head up there soon, but we can go up a little bit earlier than I expected. That's fine.
Are we your issue to bring to the king?
To Lord Velikor, yes, one of the things.
All right.
I
Not the
have,
worst thing I've been called.
well, I mean, you're not an issue.
Not as bad as it sounds.
No,
What's the best thing you've been called?
we seem to
I
be getting
could
off.
spend a whole night
Right.
talking about that.
Easy.
Yes, you're not a. You're not an issue, so to speak. However, we do have things to discuss. Um, are there any questions before we go up? Have you all been to court before? You know what you're doing?
Several times. Oh my god, so many times.
Good experience. It's helpful. Velikor and Seraphina are not, not terrible rulers or vengeful by any means. You don't have to, hold your tongue and be the most polite you've ever been in your lives, but just be polite and respectful and tell them what you need. Passage to see the king.
Okay, so that's.
Is there
that's what
anything of
we're-
note that we should avoid or do? We are still strangers in this land.
Yeah, what's the customary greeting?
Customary. It's just for common folks like you. It's just a simple bow. Your table. I'm sorry. Did I strike a nerve?
No, it's okay. Her eye twitches a little bit.
I mean,
Insight check that?
she's gonna inside check that. You can roll a deception or a performance if you want to, and you can inside check it as well.
Dirty 20.
Deception.
Next does not like being called a commoner. She's
You
classist.
23.
Damn it.
got 24.
Ooh.
Wait, let me just double check that.
Silvery barbs, no?
Hold on.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Deception. Oh shit, it's plus 15. 25.
You can-
Proficiency winner.
You can tell me what she picks up on body language with the 24.
No.
I thought it was pretty good. She rolled a 17.
I rolled an 8.
You do.
Just bard things.
Bard.
Hashtag
things.
Just bard things.
She picks up that Max was slightly surprised at being called a commoner, but that's it. Like, nothing like, oh, gross, or oh my gosh, who would ever call me that? Just like, oh yeah, okay.
So she's gonna take that as just like a moment. I apologize. I did not think to ask. Actually, do you have titles or like namesakes I should introduce you from? Is there any way you would like to be introduced? I apologize. I didn't think much of it.
Oh, I mean, we are the Midnight Parliament. That's the most, I think, important title for us.
Okay.
Maximil, you're being modest.
Yes, we
Do I-
not
am
want
I
everybody
hearing-
to know that she is royalty.
Right, but if they know that she was replaced by a changeling in our hometown,
That may help. I
idea.
am. No? Yes? No? Yes?
I said that's not a bad idea.
Okay. Hi there. I go to shake her hand. My name's Maximil Archambault, Trade Princess of Katya. It's on the other side.
Oh, well, very well.
You know about the other side? I can't remember. It's
I
been
think
a
she
coin
does.
toss.
You
She
all
does.
kind of gave her a little bit of the information, and they've got a
Right.
bit of an
Didn't we-
idea. Like they've
She
let
wasn't
on
the
that
one we
they're.
broke.
No, you didn't break her.
No, we
Oh,
broke the
okay.
other one.
Yeah, the
I broke the
elevator
other one.
attendant,
R.I.P.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I technically rule a city too.
Okay. Yeah. Is this? I'm sorry. Is this normal attire? Do you have different attire for court? Should I help? Is there anything I can do to help you, like, get what you need to look? Should we have an attendant help you? We should have really put you up in the suite here in the council side rather than have
That's-
you stay in the city.
Maybe for the next stay you can get us all a room here, but
I'm sorry. There's not that many. I mean, do these all? You usually bring this many servants with you when you travel.
not servants.
Mhm.
Absolutely not servants. We all
Oh.
are together.
We are all
Like-
the Midnight Parliament.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Midnight Parliament has nothing to do with your trade princess of what's
No, I'm Katya. Katya.
Got it, Katya. Okay. Accommodations can be made. I apologize. Of course.
No worries. No worries at all. Please. That's
This is entirely up to you. I can introduce you in that fashion. However, forewarning you, the celebration tomorrow, the Lord and Lady will likely ask you to sit with them for the opening ceremonies and for some of the celebration of the Ascension, and that can last for most of the first day. So if you have other
Okay.
business, you may not want to lean on the fact that you're noble from out of town. I know that you all have been getting around and asking some things, and I've given you some information myself, and now that I realize who amongst you, you may not want to be tied up for that long is what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, being nobility may assist you in making your way to to King Visoth.
Yes, I shall discuss with the Parliament what path we shall take.
Excellent. Let me know as we head up. Yes. So, if we do introduce you as royalty, please be aware of courtly traditions down here, especially since you're a dignitary from a foreign land. They will introduce all of the nobility that is present in court. You know, that whole meeting.
Yeah,
Victor-
the spiel.
It will take some time. Yes, it's entirely up to you. Want to keep a low
Okay.
profile? I understand.
Thank you for the heads up. I really appreciate that.
You should know that it's lots of drawn out and Ignatius nobility being themselves. It takes some time.
Yeah, I know. That's I prefer not to, unless it's really gonna be helpful. That's why I prefer to just be. I mean, that's why I prefer to be a member of the Midnight Parliament, because that's who I am,
Understood.
rather as opposed to what I do. In a way,
I think it makes sense.
yeah. Anyways, we'll let you know.
Okay. I need to just get a couple things. I'll be just a few moments. Did my attendant take care of everything you need in terms of getting you fed, things like that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Meat stick.
Just wait here. If
Take
you,
it to head.
you pop into his head.
You said the code word?
You said
No,
meat
I
stick.
was gesturing to the meat stick that she was given from the attendant.
Oh, okay.
But good.
I
Glad
I
you-
leave in Papa D's and Dora's head. Meat stick?
Maddie, we can't hear you.
We can hear you,
Can't
Matt.
hear you.
Wow. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Oh no. The meat stick, it has stolen her voice.
You can do it, Maddie. We believe in you.
She's
Sorry, can't hear you.
deafened. No.
God.
Nope, not at all.
Check
You have the
your
correct mic on?
yeah, check your inputs.
Wow.
Your cat was.
I heard
up
the I
on-
did, but without actually hearing her.
Oh no.
Your cat
No.
was all over your keyboard earlier, so maybe they pressed something.
That's some
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
Mhm.
Hello.
There you go.
Yay, there we go.
Okay, cool. So you guys didn't catch her having a whole sniffle moment that she was like
No, because you were deafened.
You're muted.
the whole time. I was like,
Yeah, Blair's in your head now going, meat stick?
meat stick. Isn't Max here to like meet her sister? What happened? What happened to that?
I don't know. Pop into Max's head. Are we meeting your sister here? Is your sister here?
At the king's place, not the lord.
Pop back
one of
into
the reasons we're
Isadora's
trying to
head.
go to the king.
Oh.
King, not lord.
Oh, got it.
I love being a radio.
So, y'all,
Yeah.
what's
that us?
She, Alara at this point is like, okay, well, if you need anything, let me know. I'll be right back, and then we'll head on up. And she takes off.
Thank you.
Or these, whatever alcohol this is, it's potent.
Oh yeah, I've seen those before, and also had one. It was like toxic waste, but good.
So, Max, are we calling you by your full-on title when we go
I
in here or
don't
not?
know.
If
I think just Max is fine.
we supposed to do something to like distract them while we were searching?
That's what I was thinking. I'm really good at distracting.
Would
You
be a
are,
very
and I
good
think you could be
distraction.
even
You are
better.
very
I'm gonna
distracting.
place my hand on her shoulder and cast enhance ability for charisma.
Nice.
So what does that do to me?
You have advantage on all charisma skill checks
Yep, for an hour.
for an hour.
For an hour. Good call.
I have been blessed.
Oh, you want something extra?
Hold up, I want to check something real quick.
Just loading up Max like we did Dora the other day.
Yeah, just hit her with everything.
She
Make
just
this woman
gets
so
more
likable.
attractive and
I
her voice gets more lively.
Sultry and yeah.
can't hit her with mine until we're in the moment.
Now.
Are we expecting
Yeah.
an hour? Is this happening
I
right
don't
now?
know. I
Well,
don't know. She said she would be right back. They said they would come and get us and bring us in. So
my question
what?
was, we're not doing the right now, but we would need a distraction sometime tomorrow.
Very
And
likely.
that is what I could provide.
Why are you talking like that?
I don't know. It's not my fault.
I
Here, maybe
guess
this will help.
Mr.
And I
Bovik,
stab her
I
in the
had
neck.
to declare.
Stop it.
With
I'll
a
drop
syringe.
concentration on the spell right now. Don't do this.
She got hit in the neck with a syringe, and I'll pump in a potion of heroism. So you are blessed.
Max, just out of reflex at having something sharp like a needle poked into her neck after being experimented upon for 20 years, lashes out and does shocking grasp on Jaeger.
Go for it.
There.
You should have warned the lady. Consent.
Okay.
You
He
don't
never
just
does.
go around jabbing people in the neck with your
26
things.
to
No.
hit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
16 points of lightning damage.
Alara's coming back with what she needed. She went to get like her helm regalia and this cloak that she's fastening, and looks up and sees as
I just laughed.
everything okay.
Oh yes, it's all fine.
We're good.
The little
His hair is like
smoke
standing
comes
on
out.
end.
Yeah.
Warn a bitch next time, Jaeger.
I was literally talking to you, and
I didn't
thought-
see you. I was talking with Soren.
I was saying, are we doing this? And then I thought it was a good enough warning to see it. And
You literally
that's
never
kind of what I
asked.
do.
Yeah, no, you never ask, you just do.
Consent is key, Jaeger.
Jaeger, you get back 10 HP.
Nice.
You just see
Post
all
a
his hair
D10 plus
go,
your witch level.
and it just like
Oh, plus
perfectly
which level?
cloth
Oh, that's
Yeah.
back onto
so
his
that's
head.
15 points back.
I'm
Notice
back.
that part.
That was I thought it was
1 point
was
off.
So
Anyways, Bless gives me a D4.
Yep.
And you have 10 temporary hit points.
Ooh,
For an
Thank you.
hour. God damn.
Everybody,
That's cool.
we're good. We're not killing each other. This is just
Oh,
friendly.
no, we're fine.
This was
friendly
yeah,
fire.
This was a-
She's got static problems.
just a prank, bro.
Yeah.
Well, this way to the lift, and
We like to keep each other sharp sometimes.
as she's walking, she starts to lead Max. But did you do something different with your hair? It looks lovely.
Thank you. You're too kind. She steps back. So are we telling them or not?
Telling them what? Oh, who you are? Oh,
Yeah.
that's your call.
Let's
No,
just
it's
stick to the
not.
Midnight Parliament and then have that card up your sleeve for whenever things get sticky.
Okay. But if
No
I
bad
tell
idea.
them, then I'm not going to be able to help with tomorrow unless I'm like
Exactly.
purposefully helping out.
Sitting with company might be helping out.
It might be. We don't know.
But you know me, I don't like giving any information away, so
We know you.
I'm not in this conversation. Just back away.
Okay, so just keep the cards close unless
so-
it's necessary.
For the time being, we will rescind that bit of information from our introduction. No need to
Right.
stand on circumstance or
As
fancy.
you're all like right behind her, kind of towards the elevator. She heard, sounds good, can do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Leads you into the elevator, this lift, runs the fingers on the runes, sends up the incantation, and the lift heads up as you guys make your way most of the way up the spire. This is a clear crystalline elevator, and you can see you're passing by meeting rooms and offices, and there's people waiting in queues to like get. This is a government building, basically. This is where people are coming to get government business done. It seems very much like there is a political figurehead here, but that a lot of stuff is still run on bureaucracy. There's like names of council chambers going by as you pass them, but there is still somebody who rules over this city as a lord. So there's a bit of checks and balances that go, but there's some bureaucracy involved here. You pass by what looks like a large parliamentary room. You see doors open as you're lifting up past it, and you can see, large chairs, big, very dark ebon wood benches with very fluffy, plump seats. There appears to be like books laid out and people going around setting some things up and cleaning up, but it looks like this is aftermath, like most of the morning business is concluded and they've adjourned from these chambers. And it's fairly opulent and pretty cool looking, honestly, when you glance in it briefly, wondering what it is. And Alara mentions this is where the city's parliament meets. It's a group of local minor lords that discuss rules and laws for the city, and kind of keep a bit of checks and balances with the Lord. Lord Velikor is still the monarch of this city, but we have evolved beyond the primitive thinking of single person rule in charge of everything. It seems a little outdated to us. No offense if that is the trade princess's preferred method of rule, but
Oh no, delegation is all necessary, parliamentary. I agree.
excellent.
Only the weird ones still do absolute monarchy. I mean, come on.
Well, the throne room and the court is a testament to times of old, so be ready. As you make your way up to the next floor, the lift opens up and you can see nestled in the central spire of Velikor's Haven this testament to sophistication and opulence of Eterna. You arrive at this grand chamber high above the bustling streets where the air is filled with an otherworldly aura. The chamber's walls are adorned with intricate tapestries depicting the city's history illuminated by the glow of magical sconces. At the heart of the court lies a majestic throne carved from what seems like obsidian, angular lines reflecting the elegance and authority of Velikor, ruler of the Haven. The floor is also made of a polished onyx, mirrors the faint luminescence of the central crystal suspending from the ceiling, casting this ethereal glow that bathes the court in a gentle radiance. Elaborate columns rise like sentinels adorned with crystalline formations that refract the ambient light, creating a dazzling display. Seated upon the throne, Velikor presides over a court filled with advisors, dignitaries, emissaries from the various regions of Eterna and what must be the kingdom here. There are other Farallon ambassadors, deep gnomes, scholars, deep dwarven diplomats engaging in hushed conversation, their voices echoing in the lofty chamber. The court's an intersection of arcane elegance and political intrigue. It's a space where alliances are forged and the fate of the Haven is delicately woven. Emerging out from behind the throne as the lift opens and Alara leads you out, you see the much younger and more elegant figure of Lady Seraphina standing next to her husband. Her husband seems older and a little more decrepit, for an elf especially. For a Farallon, he seems ancient. And she rests the hand gently upon his as conversations quiet. Alara walks through and introduces to the chamber, "My Lord Velikor, Lady Seraphina, members of the court, I introduce to you the Midnight Parliament."
Kind of give a small bow.
She also tacks on the end, "Deliverers of Onirian." There's a hush that falls over the room momentarily, and the court, as they see you bow, look back up to Lord Velikor and Lady Seraphina. Velikor gives the slightest, and this ancient-looking man in his chair, very slight nod, and Lady Seraphina bows her head deeply, just her head, not the rest of her body. And with that, the entire court turns back and bows to you, and there's a small little golf clap applause that erupts as you all are brought into the court. Alara walks you all up there, so she's walking aside you guys as you're walking up to the court.
Max is going to mutedly, so subtly, cantrip to make us seem a little more have presence. So
Sure.
just with thaumaturgy adding in extra like sparkles dancing off of swords, the sound of Isadora's heels more powerful, just that wind slightly blowing in our hair, just so we look a little more, just so we look as badass as we are.
Fucking draft in here.
You
Isadora's got that like model walk where it's like hips side to side, like swagger.
I'm reminded of the thing. I don't know if anybody saw Kill la Kill, but like the heel clack thing.
Darren, what did you want to add there? I know we were coming off the elevator. You want to add something?
I just want to see if this guy is in any way dialed into what is happening, because you said he looks ancient even for an elf.
Sure. You can try to make you can make an insight check. You're pretty far away. Do you want to wait till you're closer to make it?
Yes. 32.
I'm rolling.
There's so many nat 20s tonight.
I know. I'm fucking amazed. I love you.
Yeah, he seems to be attentive. He's just his eyes and his mind seem incredibly sharp. Although the body is
just
failing.
old as hell.
Although the body is failing, he is sharp as a tack.
Okay. Cool.
All right. You got to glance around the area too, and you can see that this spire actually extends out at this level. It's been reinforced and opened up. The court opens up to where you could go out on a walkway and look over the city. Some of the doors are open and there are people standing up there. You're fairly high up here though.
I don't like it.
But you can see the faint glow of the maw from behind that onyx throne that's helping give off a little bit of that light in here.
You said it's a large circular place with the throne in the center?
Yep, the throne's in the center. It's kind of north third, if we were to say, if the elevator was at the south, and this is like in the northern third. You come out and you have to walk about halfway across. As you guys,
there's a little bit of space behind it as well.
Yep, there's some space behind it. Okay. It looks like it goes back into a there's a couple staircases back there, and there are it's a grand staircase that breaks off into the sides behind the throne, and that's farther at the very back, and you can see that there's 8 massively armored individuals there, probably venturing a guess, not even really needing to check on it, probably the access for the royal estate to get to the throne room, so it's very heavily protected.
Okay.
You all approach. Alara takes a moment and introduces each of you just on a first name basis. She takes a moment. Can I introduce the members of the Midnight Parliament? Jaeger, Isadora, Blair, Maximil, Soren, and Doran. There's a nod to each of you from Seraphina. Velikor, again, eyes super sharp and is just scanning the lot of you, but doesn't say much. Seraphina chimes in. The delivery of Onirian is endlessly appreciated, as well as your efforts to stop those terrors that unleashed upon our city. You have our eternal thanks. And she, this time, bows at the waist and thanking you on behalf of the city, and holds it for a while, and the entire court does the same thing. With that, though, I don't believe my informants have told me correctly. You did not come here intending to deliver Onirian to us. You came here for other reasons, and that was a unfortunate circumstance for your friend that turned out quite in their favor. One does not ascend to godhood from the status of us mere mortals often. So what is it that Valecor's Haven can do for you now that you've ingratiated yourself to us so much?
Look over at Max.
Thank you first for having us here, my lady. You have our gratitude for allowing us into your court. And although it was not our intention when we arrived, we, of course, will help with the ascension and with the terrors you said. We are an adventuring party just trying to do right by fellow citizens of the world. So we appreciate your thanks. On to the matters of why we came here originally. They are not the best of reasons. I mean, our intentions are pure, but the reasons that we're here is like rough. So there is an evil amassing, a creature that calls itself the Herald of Rot, and it's looking to cause mass destruction. And we have reason to believe that there is an origination of this creature somewhere on Eterna. We've heard rumors of there being undead zombies in the woods to the north, or the forest to the north.
I'm gonna
And
pause you for just a moment, hold that thought,
yeah,
and make a performance check for me. So this is a
With
technically
advantage.
at advantage because you
with
have
advantage
your,
and
your
D4.
So I'll let you know, technically, this is a
Mm-hmm.
social combat you guys are in.
Oh boy.
Okay. 23. Do I need to roll damage?
Nope. No, it's just a winners and losers kind of track. There's a few things that you're working with here. So you're working against the court's opinion. You have Valakor and Seraphina as separate individuals as well.
The court, as in like the other people that are here for their own issues,
all
or
of the
like
nobility that's
advisors?
here and advisors
Okay.
and some of the people. Basically, the rest of the there's probably about rough estimate 50-ish people in here with various things.
Okay.
Some of them are dignitaries, work for the court, work with the king or the lord very closely, are emissaries from the king or from different groups or interests, but a lot of them are invested in the city and this region, so they have specific things that they want to talk about and concerns. So the initial outlook when you're talking about the undead to the north, there's an eruption of murmurs from the crowd, and Seraphina looks concerned. Continue.
Given Maximiel's social prowess, would she know what would help her case here?
At this point, no, because nobody said anything to return to you. You've just brought up the fact, hey, there's undead out there, and there's a Herald of Rot, and we're after that. And so far, you're just sharing news. There's not a conversation that's happened yet.
Does her
yes,
facial expression
you're-
look like it's a taboo to bring up the undead or the Herald of Rot?
You can make an insight check, and you can choose who you're making that against. Are you making it against Vela or Seraphina specifically?
Yes.
Where was I?
You're not going to believe this.
No way.
It was a different die too.
Good lord.
I think we've rolled more d20, like natural 20s tonight than like actual anything else.
Oh my god.
Always when it comes to social stuff, the Midnight Parliament shows up in force.
Also, do they have to be performance checks or can they be persuasion?
It's honestly just a proficient charisma check is all it was.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I just had you roll that because it was already calculated to make it a little easier. But since you are doing it right now, you're just having a conversation. You're not performing or persuading anybody. So it's just a proficient charisma check because you're stating a case.
Okie dokie.
So a crit, it does not seem taboo, but it is concerning that it was brought up.
Okay. Concerning, like they know about it, or
they
concerning
know
that
about
it's
it,
brought
and
up at all?
they know about it, and it's concerning that it's been brought up because an outsider came in and brought it up, not somebody who's in the leadership of these cities. Somebody, that means word is getting out, and that's concerning.
Yeah, egg on their face and embarrassment. Okay, got it.
Yep. For everybody else around, as you continue, we're gonna start with Isadora. Isadora, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
Ask why.
You hear, this is mostly to maintain your composure, because you know you're in a court and you know you're trying to be very good.
14?
You pick up and can hear people, and like you are glancing around the court, and there is specifically pointed comments about you, and they're just discussing you in this setting. So it's not like they're insulting you or anything like that, but they are talking about your physical appearance, and you're in court. You're supposed to be addressing the Lord and the Lady, not making sassy. And your wisdom is fully successful. It was a really low DC because they were just talking about you. No one was being outright rude to you, so you didn't feel the need to respond. So a success for you. Okay. Maximo, continue telling us what's going on to be concerned about.
And due to the issue, we understand that the king is also attempting to create some force to go up against this undead infection that is plaguing Eterna. And we wanted to go to him, speak with him, and see if there's a way that we can combine our forces to save the world.
You briefly stop, and then you remember why court sucked so much, because about 5 or 6 different nobles in the crowd have an opinion at the same time, and they start coming out kind of loudly. You hear the undead are no threat, the ebon hand is the true threat. Somebody else saying, how do outsiders know about this? Someone else asking, what business do these people have going to our king in this trying time? There's just a multitude and cacophony of concerns, and Seraphina holds up a hand, and gosh, I don't know if music is supposed to be going on here.
What happened? What?
I have no music. If you have something playing, I didn't know if you had something going.
Yeah, it's playing.
Yeah.
I heard it, yeah.
It was just
It was spooky.
Just stopped for me.
I just
stopped for me too.
Maybe I had the volume down on my end. I'll double check it. But Seraphina says, well, I do have one question, most pressing. These undead have had minor skirmishes with our scouting parties, our military efforts going into various regions, and that's, at the king's orders, and we've heard very little about them actually being of concern. Most of them either been taken care of quickly, or we had a few casualties, but nothing too concerning.
Soren,
Yes.
do you remember the casualties at Busat?
As a matter of fact, I do. It's true that we are outsiders. You're not wrong about that. But we have come here because This problem is not something that is localized to one kingdom or
Country.
country. We are from the other side of this world. They have found their way from here to us. And this is very soon going to be a problem that is not something that is just in your domain, but everywhere. And we have come to where we believe the source of the problem is so that we can help. We do not get out of this. We do not survive this alone. None of us do. We have come here asking for help.
The
I think
undead.
again, really quickly, I would like Soren to make just a general charisma check. You are aided by Maximil in this situation.
So
That's going to
advantage,
be an
or
advantage.
she rolls 2? Okay. What is my charisma? I don't even remember. +1, so 17.
But-
16 and an 8.
It'll be proficient as well. So this is just conversation, which you're
okay.
proficient in conversation
So
speaking.
22.
So there, talk about the other side. There is a massive outburst of murmuring from everybody.
If I can.
Ixnay on
same,
Iori on K.
yeah, that same, I'm going full tilt on this. That same minor illusion projection that we accidentally broke the elevator attendant with, I'm going to make, but like perspective wise, I'm going to show it so that like I show them their bowl and I'm going to have it rotate as though it were a planet. I know it doesn't actually, but to show the other side as best as I can kind of create it in my mind, understanding kind of what the world looks like, kind of.
We're going with this.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ruth will
The
out.
So there it goes. Just about to pull up Foundry in a different browser.
Yeah.
It was being really weird.
It's going to piss some people off, but that's the truth, and they can fucking suck it.
The murmurs that erupt from here are a lot different than you expect. You know, some people have ideas, but these people specifically refer to expeditions. You had heard about Kiroth, who Rock's father had been on an expedition, and the outburst of conversation, the way you delivered it, and then finally with the map, the conversation shifts immediately to wondering if the expeditions were successful, if they had heard some people finally returned, they were much older. You know, there's 100 conversations happening at once, and magic casters, so people who have access to casting spells, and specifically who have like access to counter spell and stuff, letting you know about 6 people in this room cast a spell all very quickly.
Do I feel any of them being directed at me or the
Nope.
party?
No,
Okay.
no threats, but you feel that surge of magical energy as a lot of spells go off at once.
Could I
Getting
discern
ready.
any of them, like what they're doing?
Message sending,
Okay.
those types of things.
Communication.
Yeah, a lot of
I
communication
just-
spells.
Just under. I'm wearing the dress, so just covering my hand with a part of the dress, I like prep and get ready to reaction counter spell, just in case anyone's like, "Shut up!"
Sure.
Finger guns.
Nothing threatening towards
that.
you. And nothing
Okay.
threatening
That's
towards
good.
you. It feels a little bit uneasy at first. And you said you're showing in the illusion the bowl shape and how everything kind of looks.
To the best of my ability to create that image, you know, as a non-spacefaring person trying to create a weird cracked bowl globe.
Okay. The murmurs continue for a bit, and then somebody else shouts from the crowd. It looks like somebody decorated in some sort of military attire. Seems it's a deep gnome. Looks very weathered, and he has some battle scars. And kind of just calls out to you. We apologize for the inconvenience or the lives lost. Not the inconvenience. The lives lost in the battle of this place, Busat, as you said. But from a military standpoint, these undead have been minor inconveniences here. Have they come to us from your part of the world, or has a gate been opened from elsewhere? That seems more of a...
As
no
far
offense,
as we
it seems
understand
like your
it,
problem.
they have...
Like, do we need to send people to assist you in a war, or are you
No.
emissaries of your world?
No.
No, we are not.
We are
The
Go ahead.
The undead have a leader. And the leader has a mind for tactics and is not some mindless zombie creature. It is something vile with the end goal of covering all this, and she points at the planet, in rot, in undeath, ghastly creatures, and wretchedness.
We believe that they walked across the bottom of the ocean here, from here to us on the other side.
Max points at the little where we think they crossed.
We do not know why they chose to focus their ire on us rather than here, since it is a journey to us.
I mean, we kind of... There were a couple of... She wanted something from the city that she attacked.
To the point, we don't know why she hasn't unleashed such a force here.
Yes.
But we believe that they were sent from this side, from your side. We, of course, hold you in no way to blame for that, but that is why we are here. We are hunting.
And there's nothing to say that they won't come here next. If you have some...
Up.
Yeah?
He kind of responds back as you guys have had some ideas before Blair jumps in. We have enough war to wage on multiple fronts, socially and actual war. The Ebon Hand continues to undermine the efforts of everyday citizens and the king. We cannot undo a group of crazed cultists, let alone face the undead.
And that is why we need the king's help. We need conference with the king. You saw what the Midnight Parliament was capable of just here, just a couple days ago. We can help. We offer a solution so that you don't have to worry. You just allow us to help. Allow us to offer our aid to Eterna before you have a tragedy like we had at Busat. We must speak with your king, and while we're there, we might even be able to help with the Ebon Hand. And I take out the...
You can make a wisdom saving throw before you take anything out as you offer to this. We can help. We can do all this. You definitely pick up somebody saying, and you can't pinpoint who, but the sound, it's not a spell, but you can hear it echoing through the chamber. Holds gifts with one hand and a poisoned dagger with the other. And there's a bit of a chuckle in the crowd as somebody whispers shitty things loud enough for you to hear.
I think it's a 20, but it may just be an 18. Yeah, 18. Sorry, 18.
Okay. There was nothing magical in terms of an attack on that, but resisting it, you can tell that someone made sure you could hear that. there's some courtly bullshit and some sassiness happening from the crowd. So that is a loss for the court. They are unsuccessful.
Max does that in her head.
You pull out what though, and then Blair, you're up after.
The Stella Tenuum
Okay.
necklace. I just show
necklace.
it.
Blair, there's a bit of response to that, but if you wanted to step in and say something, you can go ahead.
It's also not just this world that's under threat from it. Whatever they've done has damned the soul stream. As an envoy from the ethereal and from the gods, they told us that it is in everyone's best interest if we unblock this dam, or things are going to get worse for everyone.
Jaeger.
Uh-oh.
Give me a perception check. You notice something
Ooh.
weird. It is a very
He's good at
high
that.
DC.
Come on.
Not in
you
this
got
moment.
this. You got this.
Wait, I thought you were like amazing at perception. What happened?
My passive,
Passive is very
perception.
good. So passively, you notice something strange as Blair was talking about the soul stream, but either from Seraphina or Valakor, you're just kind of like observing the room, and there's something off, and you turn your attention to try to figure out what it was, and you can't, like, caught it out of the corner of your eye, and you can't refocus on it. So there's a little bit of cisness from those two when they started talking about, or when she was talking about unblocking this soul stream. But you do pull out the Stella Tenuum necklace. One of the court members holds up their hand and walks out, and you can see there's a mark on it. So this is a changeling that's a changeling that has come into the fold basically and walks out. And
I make it easier for them to touch.
Places a hand on it and shows that they turn. And Seraphina nods to that member of the court. Very good. We some of us have heard of you, and we will spare you the formalities since you didn't want to be introduced in such a way, Lady Maximile of Katia.
Ah. Cool.
She
Yeah.
holds out a little necklace herself. We've been in contact with a Lord Zephan Menmen, the trade prince of
Yes.
Katia, for some time with concerns of the Ebon Hand, and he had passed missives back and forth, and we've been working with him for years, trying to thwart the efforts of the Ebon Hand, but unfortunately no mention of this other threat you speak of has come to my ears.
No. The Ebon Hand and the Rot are two different issues, but they both exist.
The latter being much newer,
Yeah.
or I suppose
And
more recently a problem.
So-
have you I mean, you've spoken with Uncle Zephan?
Through letters and missives. Just
You will not be hearing from him any longer.
I feared as much that they had gotten to him if you were here in his stead and wore that necklace. We only sent two.
Yes. So if you get any messages from him, it is not.
We have never spoken magically, nor have we received letters recently. They stopped some time ago. But you do have our deepest sympathies, and we will not parade you through the court as a noble. Simply for the reason that you are obviously here under other names and pretenses rather than a court emissary.
Yes. I am Max of the Midnight Parliament, first and foremost.
Understood, and our apologies for your loss, my lady.
Thank you.
However, it is unfortunate that I can't be of more assistance. The the Ebon Hand is a bigger threat than most of the citizenry realize. It is not as large of a threat here in Valecor's Haven. We have worked hard to keep them from this place, to keep their influence as best away as possible. If you have not seen it before, and she motions over to one of the tapestries, and you get this very good image of the map you guys have seen of Eterna. This is your character's first time really getting a good depiction of the map.
So where are we?
She marks it out on the map for you and shows you all where Valecor's Haven is.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So as so if you see along here, and she points to the cliff range that kind of that's attached to the spire. Montois range here, this massive cliff range. This extends beyond to the north and south, and she traces along this cliff edge for you. The places we've seen some encounters with the undead is far up here to the north. However, this region, she points to the lowlands where the cliffs descend down into. We are on the outskirts of the King Visoth's kingdom. We are one of the largest frontier towns, being a port, safest to come through, however, still a city with city problems. The rest of this area, and she marks out this rather large, I'm just gonna rough freehand squiggle it here for you, but she basically says like all of this is part of his kingdom still. Outposts, towns, small villages, things like that. This whole area is beset and plagued by the Ebon Hand. Entire small communities go missing. Merchants plucked off the road, all in sacrifice to the Maw. These zealots are wild and unhinged, and the countryside is not safe.
Would you say that it would be unheard of to experience interference from the Ebon Hand when venturing here from, say, Ebon?
Not unheard of. Boats are generally a place that they can find you. Some of the fishing platforms there, they were waylaid
immediately upon arrival.
I would suspect as much. They tend to view any outsiders as something that should be cast into the maw immediately. However, they don't
ask because it bears noting that we are here to solve as many problems as possible because they all are connected at the end of the day. The Ebon Hand, this herald of rot that we are hunting, the undead, they all tie back together in one way or another.
Well, it will please our king to know that the expeditions are worth his time.
As are we.
King Visoth will likely be able to meet with you, but forces and guidance he cannot provide, and his court is waylaid and under siege by the Ebon Hand. The Stella Tenuum holds court in, I wrote it down just a second ago. I'll find it in my notes. The Stella Tenuum holds court with the king in Udbrea. And she points out the capital.
Udbrea.
Right there at the base of the mountain.
One spell Udbrea.
Taking a guess at Udbrea spelling?
No.
Udebrea?
No.
There has to be an apostrophe somewhere in there.
There's going to be two U's at the start of it.
Two O's.
UD apostrophe BREA. No. Yeah. EA.
Anybody else taking a stab at it?
UUDBRE''YA.
So Nate was the closest.
Oh.
It has an H at the end of it, and just for shits and giggles to fuck with you even more, I put a U with an umlaut at the beginning of this one.
I figured it was the umlaut because I just didn't think we had to specify umlaut.
You don't have to specify umlaut, but there it is in chat there for you, Udbrea.
Okay.
Come on, man.
I've learned just make it as ridiculous as possible. Eventually,
You'll get it.
I gave up guessing names long ago.
Never again.
No.
I'm going to write it phonetically because I will not look at that. Thank you.
Udbrea.
I cannot speak for my husband, and he is, as he's
He
not
hasn't said a
spoken up.
fucking word this whole
No,
time, has he?
No.
Has he
He's-
twitched or is he
Yeah,
breathing?
Is he alive?
He's breathing and watching you all very closely.
Okay.
Hey, weekends at burning? This bitch is fucking.
Telekinetically puppeting him like, oh, I think this is a good idea.
Zora's just try to like do a perception check just to see if she picks up on anything because she's bored, so she's just obviously intently like trying to see if anything's fussy wussy.
Sure. You can go ahead and make your perception or insight check, your choice. But I will let you guys know social combat is over. What you guys have picked up from all this is while the court was not against you, you know, they have concerns about outsiders being here, but it seems for the most part you guys have been bought in, and you've kind of garnered some respect from the court as you've given them this information, the things that you want to get done, what you would like to do in terms of helping these people out to gain their assistance. Also, Lady Seraphina is fully in your guys' court and trying to figure out her best way to help you guys. Unfortunately, you guys you don't have a read on Lord Velikor at all. Like, he's just not really super responsive and helpful. Obviously not saying anything, but Seraphina seems genuine. She's part of the Stellatennium, very much in your guys' court. And she does continue like with this, with a 9, you don't notice anything, but she does have an idea for you, and she wants to continue talking about like this idea to help you guys out. So if you guys want to jump in, you can interrupt her.
I just wanted to ask Ben, have I seen anything in this room or around these people with the ethereal site? Anything weird hanging around?
A lot of them have unseen servants or familiars hanging out invisible with them, and just like you see that ethereal signature. Seraphina and Velikor both have an ethereal signature as well. Like there's nothing like blatantly malicious, but there is a lot of these people are powerful wizards or warlocks or something, or have a very strong connection to to magic in general. And Max, did you want to interrupt her? She continued talking as she talked about Udbrea, and she seemed to be continuing on to an idea, if you wanted to ask her something.
Well, she just brought up that she cannot speak for her husband. And so Max was just gonna raise her hand. Not interrupt, but just like...
But what I do find interesting is that... you have a question, Maxwell?
Yes. If I don't know if I am allowed to be so bold, but may I inquire as to what Lord Velikor does think? If you say you cannot speak for him, I just don't really want him to be left out. I do, want to hear what you're saying, but I also...
He sits for a moment, staring at you after you ask the question. While my husband's mind is very sharp, his body fails him. He finds it difficult to speak sometimes, and when he does, it consumes a great amount, and you hear him from the throne. Troubling news. As he like sighs and continues watching you guys. It takes a lot, but very
We
concerning.
can offer magical communication if that is preferable.
Yeah.
You say that,
Max.
and all those guards start walking down from the stairs, and peppered in the court are magical guards, and you see wands, orbs, focuses come out, and everybody stands up. She goes, no, they are outsiders. They don't understand. My husband's
I'm
mind
Very sorry.
is a sacred place to him. I highly advise you do not attempt to do anything.
I should have looked over at Captain Alara because she very fucking clearly didn't tell us not to mention that.
Alara just kind of goes, oh shit. And you see the like look on her face like, fuck, I should have said something. And she's like, standing there.
Max
I'm
like
so sorry.
is beginning to cast something and then immediately stops. Like,
Where we come from, it's not unheard of to have private conversations with people of import that are to remain secret, or if they are simply unable to speak vocally. So my apologies. I was not aware.
Blair, you can definitely see it. That
Mhm.
part of that magical ethereal weave that's going on right now. There's a very unique signature that's between Velikor and Seraphina right now. Just like that kind of same twinkle that you put on somebody else when you message them. There's a conversation happening between the two of them pretty consistently.
I would mentally tell everybody that they are speaking telepathically to each other.
They're in
She's-
contact. Got it.
Yeah, she says, I do operate as the mouthpiece for my husband.
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Isadora,
When you said
did you
that
have a question, or is Isadora like
I
hands up?
misunderstood.
Because I want to.
She's got her hands up.
Okay.
She's got her hand up.
Okay, so she, yes, I apologize. Didn't mean to catch you off guard. You are all very polite. Yes, Miss Isadora, it was.
Yes, ma'am. I'm not very well versed in court affairs, so I apologize if I misspeak. However,
Noted.
I am not capable of magic. And if magical interference is something you're afraid of, there is particular reason for our Lord to communicate. I am a one-way pathway for that communication. There is no possible way for me to do anything but receive.
Well, I thank you. Rest assured, his thoughts are being considered and shared with you through me. I appreciate your kindness in offering yourself in that manner. As to the matter at
ma'am.
hand, we do share concern that. Actually, no, she doesn't say we do share concern. She says, I am concerned that, as you said, the. Sorry, baby's going to bed.
I am concerned.
He's dying. I go, no, the king, the Lord.
I am concerned.
That's all he says. He just opens his mouth.
I am concerned.
I am concerned that the Ebon Hand
I'm
waylaid
concerned.
you upon that ship so
It
quickly.
is quite all right. We dealt with it decisively.
Was
Wish we could have given you
was
the
that
hand.
individual bringing you here?
He was meant to bring us to one of the
no.
Hoyasin to some sort of base of operations that they
I
have there,
can-
probably for questioning.
I can tell you exactly
We were
what they wanted to bring us to.
we were people of interest, and whoever they were, we don't have the name anymore, obviously, they're dead. But whoever they were meant to just gather up any individuals of note, which aligns with what you've mentioned.
My concern is that those fishermen out there, individuals that move through the ocean, that they tend to come through one place, and that's here. So, as much as we have worked to weed out the Ebon Hand, it may exist here. She goes to speak for a moment and then pauses. and you see her considering something. If you find evidence of the Ebon Hand here, I will personally write your recommendation to a seat, an audience at Udbrea before our king. Bring me that and you have my assurance.
Brought a hand earlier. Does that count?
Find me evidence of where they're meeting and how many,
Organization.
so I know what I'm dealing with. If it's an individual, I have no concern. If it's an organized network, I need to know.
Understood.
Does anybody have anything else they want to bring up? Because otherwise the court kind of pauses and there's a moment where it seems like you're about to get dismissed.
Max is remembering really, really hard about they wanted to bring us to they did want to bring us to Valacor's Haven because they had an airship that would take us to a Hoyason nearby.
Oh, but they were going to bring us here first?
Yes, because that's the city that they said.
I think specifically
Wait, no.
they were
The Citadel on Cryptica. There's an airship waiting for us in Abyssus.
Abyssus.
At
Where
Abyssus.
is that?
Session 70?
Yeah, no,
like
I
kind
have
of
it.
Towards the
but-
bottom-ish for my notes.
So if you tell her Abyssus,
Yeah.
that is concerning then, because Abyssus is an outpost that had fallen many months ago. That was a
Well, that
coastal outpost that we held. She points it out on the map. It's down here a ways. You would have found yourself waylaid by many members of the Ebon Hand, and if you were going to the Citadel on Cryptica, you would have likely been not only sacrificed to them all, but they would have attempted to kill you and sacrifice you.
Just in case. The
Just in
first one
case.
to take.
So, thankfully, it was a single operative, and you were able to find your way here. Find me evidence of if there's organization here. My captain,
Within the city.
My captain has informed me that you may have been in contact with some other individuals who have ideas for you, and I suggest that you root out those problems as best you can and see if there's any evidence for us.
And I would like to ask, if we somehow come up with that your city is completely safe from the Ebon Hand, like we have proof that there absolutely cannot be any Ebon Hand here, is that going to be trouble, or is that like great news?
If we can find nothing.
We know
with
that
reasonable amounts of searching.
individuals possibly come through here and exist, but from my
Organization.
understanding, some of the other interesting threads you may have been pulling in our city may lead you to places that I have not had the manpower to go investigate myself. Or, sorry, my captain has not had the manpower to fully investigate, and an extra set of eyes would ensure that I can rest easily.
We would be honored to help in that way.
Ben, out of character, does it seem like she is implying that she knows we've been in contact with the Thieves Guild and that the Thieves Guild
no
is
need
going to
for an
send
insight
us?
check for that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like they're going to send us somewhere that the official element of the city has not been able to go, and this official part of the city is like, yeah, cool, go work with them, do that.
I'm gonna have you make an insight check.
Okay, I'm going to use a different die.
I'm just gonna slap a hand on Soren's shoulder and give him the boon as well.
Oh, okay.
Get an extra
Nice.
D10.
15, 12, 27 plus what's the boon? D10?
D10.
All right.
Oh, so you didn't even need the boon. You're good.
Don't.
Hey,
The more the merrier.
So 27, 36.
You
Yeah.
connect a strange dot as you're thinking about this, that you realize that even here, the thieves had some very specific jewelry that you were talking to this changeling. Then as you're talking to Seraphina, you realize that that changeling had the jewelry in both when she was a changeling, and she physically wore it. It wasn't part of her changeling form. She physically wore something that was indicative of what she does. You never learned Thieves' Cant. You never really got on the up and up on everything, but
I did.
you did. And it's a little bit different here, so it's not really Thieves' Cant. So it's not it's not the language. It's like the recognition of seeing that like underground individual and like knowing that, hey, this is the person I should talk to in Cyorion. Here it's just it's a little different, but it's that insight clicks the gear into place, and you kind of see that Seraphina's got bits of jewelry hanging off her wrist, and she's wearing these interesting rings that kind of fit in the same fashion that leader of that thieves guild did. And you feel this weird sense of connection between these two groups.
Like,
that maybe
I was like, do I get the sense they're the same person or just that they're allied?
that they're allied, not necessarily the same person, but they are allied.
Okay. I'll like kind of like give Blair the eyes and then relay all that information telepathically.
I'll relay that to everyone else.
So as that last bit happens and you start to relay that and the court gets quiet, Seraphina thanks you all for coming and graciously hopes to host you in the Spire of Council this evening, that you all may rest and go forth, and please ensure that you do spend time participating in the Ascension celebration. It is truly a remarkable time for our city. Gets very courtly, and then very quickly Captain Alara ushers you all back to the elevator, and you start to descend down. And that's where we'll end today's session.
In the elevator, just give her the look. Nice job forgetting to include that bit about the
I'm sorry. I thought that was a given. Don't cast things at the king or the lord was kind of a thing.
I pop into Alara's head. So, like, this would be very frowned upon, talking to the king like this, right?
Yes, very bad. Very,
I
very bad.
merely offered the suggestion, and they almost blew me up.
I was about to do it. I wasn't gonna ask. I was gonna do it. I was gonna subtly message him.
What happened to consent?
Subtle message.
What happened to consent?
Consent matters.
It does.
Sometimes.
Except apparently when it doesn't, I don't know what you're getting at here.
No, consent always matters. And I was gonna subtly message him. He could have said no after I messaged, but it wasn't something that hurt.
Doesn't consent need to happen before you do the act?
Yes, it does.
Things.
Well, hang on. If anyone's going to start lecturing on consent, Jaeger, I think you're far from the first person to.
But he has a point.
It's a lot of sticking people with needles. You.
All right. Since Ben is on mute, he's asked me to say, that's all, folks. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Whatever you... Oh, go. Yeah,
Wait,
No, it's fine. I can ask afterward.
Quick.
Okay.
Stop screaming for you. Go ahead.
If it was relevant.
Actually, yeah, go ahead.
If you got a question, make it quick, because he might start screaming at any second, please.
No, I'll message you. It's
Okay.
fine.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night,
Have a good
Ray.
night.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Bye.